Hey, Flo. Cool leg warmers.
Thanks. They're just for the bus ride to work. They're not part of the official uniform.
No tunes today?
No. My apartment was robbed last night. Took my cable-ready TV, VCR, portable cassette player.
Yep, all the latest tech.
If only Progressive had renter's insurance, like their home insurance.
Then we could bundle our cars and get the same 24/7 protection. I think we just invented that. This is the best day ever.
Well, I still got robbed.
It's still a pretty good day.
You know it! You tell the story! You tell the whole damn world! This is bad territory! You know it! You tell the story! You tell the whole damn world! This is bad territory! You know it! You tell the story! You tell the whole damn world! This is bad territory!
The chant calls them. Before the sun shows its face on the Pacific Coast, the Cowgorhythm woke up these sturdy Golden Bears. Tectonic plates of conference realignment shifting the far left coast to the Atlantic coast and Cal's first ACC home game against number 8 Miami. But you know what they say around here? We live in the weird. Then again, the whole sport lives in the weird. It's a hangover Saturday for some, conference races heat up. But October's here. This is when we find out who's real and who's just a burner account. And that doesn't seem to be the only thing that's been burning here in Berkeley this morning. But let's get weird and show the whole damn world this is bear territory.
For the first time, the Gameday crew will be live at Berkeley.
The sturdy Golden Bears welcome College Game Day.
Let's go!
And we're coming to your city. To college football party all in all. Well, we rode out through Death Valley, through Missoula, Gig'em, Aggies, through our Longhorns up in Austin along the way.
Roll Tide rolled through Alabama, Happy Valley, and the farm and Stamper, Randy Hill went through War Eagle, all the plains.
Rise the big house, the Gator Swamp, 5 nights in the Tomahawk Chop. On USC, the Buckeyes, the Georgia Dogs, go Vols.
I'm talking Louisiana, California, Carolina, Colorado, Mississippi, Oregon, Kentucky, are you with me?
It's Reese, Dick, Kurt, Saban, Corso, and McAfee. You can feel the electricity. We love what you say.
Nothing but classes.
College Game Day, and we're coming to your city. To college football party all in all. If you wanna leave, if you wanna sing it, sing, sing. If you wanna change it, change, change, change. It's Game Day.
College Game Day, live from Berkeley, California, is built by the Home Depot. Proud sponsor of college football's premier pregame show.
The stadium here in Berkeley is built on a fault line, and they know things are a little shaky around here from time to time, and they're hoping to shake up the ACC race. This is the longest domestic trip any team will take in a game not involving Hawaii, as Miami has traveled more than 2,500 miles. For Cal's ACC home opener, the sturdy Golden Bears have some momentum as a program. And man, oh man, what a welcome. What a welcome for our first trip to Memorial Glade in Berkeley for College Game Day. Wondered if they would show up. Man, did they ever show up. Glad to have you with us. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Nick Saban, Pat McAfee, Desmond Howard. Lee Corso, a little bit under the weather. We expect to get him back soon. I know LC's watching. Speedy recovery, my friend. He'll be back at it soon. And how about this trip to Berkeley here, huh?
What the hell's going on here?
This is awesome.
Well, listen to that.
You know,
Impressive.
yesterday I hopped on a bird and I flew 5 hours to this wonderful state. And last night I walked around the campus and then downtown Berkeley. I stopped by the Asian ghetto. I had some top dogs and they were fantastic. I had some Blondie's pizza. It was good, but no one out Pizza's the Hut. And what I found out quickly is we are in the middle of midterms right now. We got engineers, we got doctors, we got economists. We got real tests that have real implications happening. And all of these sons of bitches said, give me college game day. Instead of studying, I had some questions about coming out here to Berkeley, but after experiencing it, it is very evident that this is one of the best cities in this here United States of America. USA, 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 USA. And this represents everything that is great with this country, with our sport. It doesn't matter which way you view the world. It doesn't matter which part of the country you're from. College football runs through our soul. And that is what a celebration today is all about. I am thankful to be here amongst these nerds and future geniuses and future people that are going to run this place. It's an honor to be in Berkeley. It's foggy. I think there's some skunks that died down the street, but this is awesome. And college football is the greatest. It's amazing. Kurt, this is wild. You're from Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Des from Ohio.
Yeah.
You talk about Saban, West Virginia guy, Alabama guy. We come from football towns. We had no idea what was going to happen. They've been here since midnight. Hey,
I saw that Pat for president sign. You could get elected now after that.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. But I asked everybody last night, I said, are you guys going to show up? And they said, you know it. You tell the story. You tell the whole damn world. I said, you know it. You tell the story. You tell the whole damn world. This is... I like this place. I like this place.
I think they like college football here.
They love ball here.
Got
And
a
that
shot
needs
at
to be part of
Miami
the story.
today. There are other games, believe it or not, including in Columbus today, where Kirk Ferentz can join Woody Hayes in the Big Ten 200 win club. You know, the Hawkeyes have been outscored 92-0 in their last 3 games against ranked opponents.
Can pageants keep going? I mean, that was a blast. Let's go. Here we go. Cade McNamara. Remember at 21, he handed the ball off to Hassan Haskins a lot. He's going to do the same thing today. He beat Ohio State that day. Caleb Johnson, second in the nation in rushing. The Buckeyes will be locked in on slowing him down. And then here come the big plays. Iowa's got good defense, but they've been giving up some big plays through the air. They better look out today.
I got you. Michigan versus Washington. The straw that stirs the drink for Michigan's offense is the running game. Khalil Mullins averages 7 yards per carry. And then Donovan Edwards, 4.3, but he's always dangerous. Going up against this Washington defense, guys, when the Huskies are on D, keep an eye on number 5. He's an edge player, Zach Durfee, and defensive tackle, number 50, Sebastian Valdez. Those guys can get it done. Trust me.
Missouri and A&M. Big game in College Station today. Quarterback Marcel Reed has added quarterback run element to A&M's offense, which has been effective. Connor Wigman will dress today. It's going to be a game-time decision as to who plays quarterback. Missouri's got the number 2 defense in the country, giving up 219 yards per game. Present lots of problems for A&M's offense.
Clemson versus Florida State. Since the Georgia game, man, Clemson's been balling. Cade Klubnik has accounted for 16 touchdowns, only thrown 1 interception, averaging 55 points per game. And I tell you what, this Florida State defense, you know, we were in Dublin and
Pete Thamel said that a scout told him they have the best defensive line in college football. Still waiting for them to show up, but this might be the game that they show and prove him right. So hopefully the nose will be okay.
Miami and Cal. Fernando Mendoza, Miami native, turned 21 on Tuesday. Needs a grown man performance against that ferocious rush. Got to get the ball out quickly today. And you know about Cam Ward. He has been brilliant. But the Bears have forced him into turnovers a couple times. They saw him when he was at Washington State. Now, when the ball's in the air, it is in jeopardy. Cal has 10 interceptions to lead the nation. Noah Williams has 4 of them. And Miami's right behind with 9 picks. Michelle Powell, the Washington transfer, has 3 of them. You know, you look at this right now, and teams have started to establish some identities. You sort of find out today if you're the type of team who can show up and stand on business.
Yeah, you look at Michigan, right? Michigan's their first road trip. They're playing Washington on the road. People are trying to call this a rematch of the championship game in logo only. I mean, both coaches, Jim Harbaugh has moved on to the NFL. You got the coach from Washington on to Alabama.
Calvin DeBoer.
So listen, I think this game is going to come down to Michigan's defense. Can they put pressure on Will Rogers, the quarterback at Washington? He's completed 74% of his passes. 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's really comfortable back there in the pocket. We know that Michigan's defense is elite. Defenses travel. If they can put some pressure, make Will Rogers uncomfortable, I think they may have a chance in this game because they are the underdog on the road.
Yeah. I was going to talk Michigan, Ohio State, Florida. What was that chant you guys were just, what were you guys saying there?
Safety school.
It's got something at the end.
Nah, yeah, they were saying another couple words, too. Which I'm happy to hear.
We got a pep rally going on back there. Des, you're right. Michigan on the road. It's going to be interesting to see. Can that style of football offensively travel into that environment? Ohio State, you've talked a lot about this, kind of the preliminary festivities of their season. They go Iowa, at Oregon, by Nebraska, at Penn State. Next 4 weeks, we really find out more about Ohio State. And then Florida State, you got DJ Uiagalelei out. They're already 1-4. They're going to Clemson. Des just talked about that. Brock Glenn in. Could be facing 1-5. I know we're going to talk more about Florida State later in the show.
Yeah, I think consistency in performance is what teams need to show that they can do right now. And Missouri has played really well on defense. Missouri has played really well offensively, statistically, but they've shown an inability to put teams away. They get ahead in games and let the team come back. They win in overtime. And, to me, Miami needs to show some improvement on defense, especially in the back end where they're young, not turn the ball over.
Take this in.
Sounds good, man. It sounds good. It's unusual for me on the road. Doesn't happen much.
That's great.
It's a smart crowd.
But I think Miami has proven they can score points. They got to play a little better on defense and not turn the ball over.
To that point, I think, I've been very lucky to be a part of College Game Day here for a few years, and it feels like this is one of those weekends that you would come out and say, hey, one of these teams is going to lay an egg here.
Yeah.
Now, is it a chance that it's Miami traveling all the way out here to Berkeley? I think there's a chance. Cam Ward and this Miami team snuck out of that Virginia Tech game last week with a dub.
Did.
I mean, that was a sneak out. Now you got to travel. You got to handle roll on you. It's going to be a tough one. I didn't know the second verse. And there's a third. And a fourth. That'll go all night, I guess, which is what Miami needs to worry about. This place is going to be a buzzsaw. And I know Cam Ward, his story is a phenomenal one. 2 years at Incarnate Word, I believe. Then he goes to Washington State. Now he's prepared to be the Miami quarterback. He's calloused. He's talented. He's accounted for 20 total touchdowns. He's the man. But it's going to be tough. Okay, they're saying truck Miami back to South Florida, I think is what they're saying, which is very kind of them. They want to get them out of town properly, but this could be a tough place to play, and I think the travel is certainly a part of it.
Yeah, it's going to be, and they're 1-1 against Ward in his career. They've beaten him once, although he has put up some numbers. Other things going on across the country. Navy and Air Force first leg of Commander-in-Chiefs. North Dakota State play again, and how about this one? Penn and Dartmouth playing. Dartmouth opening Ivy League play. Stadium named in honor of our late great friend Buddy Stevens. Spent some time at Stanford too. He was a terrific man and a important in the evolution of football for sure. Offensive football, safety, great honor for Buddy. Inside College Game Day. Much more coming up. Georgia, Alabama lived up to every last drop of the hype. We'll relive it and talk about how you handle it afterwards. 1982, the date etched in the minds of all sturdy Golden Bears, trucking the trombone players.
They literally had me all tied up, and I just kind of flicked it out. And for a brief moment, I was like, should I stay out here and tackle this guy?
And later, first time in Berkeley, and guess who's coming? We're going to Beast Mode. There might be a golf cart involved. Who knows? The great Marshawn Lynch will be our celebrity guest picker. Hey, there's Oski.
Yeah, this guy.
Hey, let's get him over there with Stanford Steve.
Yeah, let's Stanford Steve.
We got 3 hours.
Got a little Kenny.
He's got a game to play tonight.
Kangaroo. Hey, good to see you.
So what are you working on?
Something for the Garcias. Right there's great.
Love you, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
We've got 24 hours to get all of this under control.
Then you're gonna need these today.
Oh, we can deliver that.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow. Get delivery at the speed you need only at the Home Depot.
D&B is the place to be, where 5x3 makes a winning spree. $5 drinks, $5 bites, 5 free games so you can play all night. So call your family and text your friends. 5 and 5 means fun one night.
Now at Dave & Buster's, enjoy our Power 5 lineup. 5 free games, $5 bites, $5 drinks. Now for a limited time.
When I first put on the helmet, it felt like the world just instantly lifted off my shoulders.
I feel like the sky's the limit. With this, deaf people are able to do things on a much higher level.
If I plan on playing in a professional league, I won't miss anything.
The world is moving in the right direction.
This is more than a machine. It's a pusher, a digger, a trencher, a driller, and a thriller. It's your game changer. To build the world you want to go big in. Bobcat, one tough animal.
Clem's not a morning person or a people person, but he is an I can solve this in 4 different ways person. You need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with principals so we can help you with a plan that's right for Clem. Let our expertise round out yours.
What's this?
Athletic Duck signed me to an NIL deal.
An NIL deal?
It's name, injury, and likeness.
Aflac.
With a name like Prime, an injury like mine, and a likeness so fine, that's a triple threat.
Couldn't we just tell people Aflac pays cash for expenses not covered by health insurance?
If we want people to understand how Aflac helps close that gap, we got to get you to think bigger, coach.
You gotta be kidding.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Aflac
is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Miss Terry's not gonna like this.
Trouble.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A chicken chalupa supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not Lux about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. How doers get more done. And in part by Arby's, the official burger sponsor of ESPN College Game Day. Arby's, we have the meats.
That's the Big C. It's up in the hills above campus. It was built well over 100 years ago. Sophomores responsible for keeping the C clean and painted. The night before the Stanford game, or Coast Championship, the C was guarded throughout the night back in the days. Guarded throughout the night. Last night in Vegas was the Syracuse punt team, and not effectively.
Not good.
Blocked punt. Ricky White, the star receiver, blocking the punt. Look at that thing roll.
UNLV fought back to get into this game. It goes into overtime. I thought they had it won.
Well, here it is, the end of regulation. This is how you got into overtime. Kyle McCord finding Jackson Meeks, tied at 38 in overtime with Quint Allen.
Oh, got a 4th and 1 earlier in the game, too. Same exact
How about the roughing the passer on 3rd down and 20 in overtime?
It was close, but they're going to call that every time, I think, these days. Oregon and Michigan State, Dylan Gabriel. Oregon dominated this game, but they turned the ball over in the red zone a couple of times. Michigan State just didn't have the firepower to keep up.
Yeah, they would go on and just stomp Coach Smith and the Michigan State team. Big for Oregon there. That's a big win.
Oregon gets to the Ohio State game unscathed. We'll see them next week.
They do, and I'm reliably informed that there was a late field goal in that game that was important and consequential to some. Here are the teams that are undefeated in the Big Ten. Some you expect, and maybe some that you wouldn't, including Indiana and Rutgers. So Indiana and Northwestern, Kurt.
Yeah, it's been a great story with Kurt Signetti, Curtis Rourke, and what he's been able to do. He's been outstanding. Season high 359 last week against Maryland. The defense stepped up, didn't allow Maryland to get a single first down. This is going to be a game where can Indiana handle a lot of pats on the back, because you get into a sleepy Northwestern with that makeshift home stadium. They just got to continue to play against themselves. They're playing great football.
Rutgers and Nebraska. It's going to be really hot in Lincoln today. Kyle Monungai, 3rd in the nation in rushing, 147 yards per game. But I'm going to tell you, you have a problem trying to run against the black shirts and John Bullock, single-digit number that Matt Rule gives to the toughest guys on the team. It is homecoming there, and they might just elect Dylan Raiola homecoming king because they're so happy to have him, and he has delivered. State University of New Jersey gave up 521 yards to Washington, but won the game last week, held them out of the end zone to 18 points. See what Schiano's been able to do through the first 4 games, and he had this to say to tell him to keep chopping.
You have to keep believing, and believing. And you know what? If it doesn't end up the way you want, as long as you did this all the way through the end, then you should be able to sleep at night. That's the peace of mind that I'm trying to talk to you about. The peace of mind to know that you did everything you could to be the best you could be.
You know, there's something that Rutgers doesn't have to do this year. They don't have to play Ohio State. They don't have to play Penn State. They don't have to play Oregon, Iowa, or Michigan. Now, I get up here all the time and say, if you're not good enough, a loss will find you. They might be good enough to navigate that, though.
Yeah, I think some people right now with this Rutgers-Nebraska game are starting to feel and kind of lean towards that team in New Jersey. And if you were a fight maker or a fight booker or something like that, a Greg Schiano-led team against a Matt Rule-led team is a good fight. That is a good fight. Yeah. That is what you want to see. And if you think about this Rutgers team, they run the ball 63%, to your point earlier on the highlight. But Nebraska has this D lineman, okay? His name's Nash Hutmacher. He's called the polar bear. He wears number 0. He was 166-0 as a high school wrestler. I think we're in for a slobber knocker in this particular game. 7 feels like too many points in this particular one. This one's going down, I think, to the final seconds as a fist fight to the end.
Yeah, it's going to be a fist fight because both teams got that blue-collar mentality. I love Greg Schiano, the way he builds his teams from the inside out. Kyle Monungai has 589 yards rushing, but 363 of those yards are after contact. He has great contact balance. I think this is going to be a game that in the fourth quarter is going to come down to who's able to make a play late in the game.
You know, Schiano's going to win the game the old-fashioned way. Yeah. You know, they're going to run the ball. They have a good offensive line. They're not going to turn the ball over. They're going to play field position with great special teams, which they block a lot of kicks, play right in the red zone, score in the red zone. So they're going to play the old-fashioned game, and it makes you hard to beat because you are playing winning football. So I think that's going to be the key for them today. Can they do that And then the other thing is it's supposed to be 45-mile-an-hour winds today in Nebraska.
Okay.
How's that going to affect the game, and does that favor Rutgers? Because when the wind's blowing, it's like, what's the first thing you do when you go play golf? Throw the grass up and see which way's the wind blowing, because that's going to make the ball go. People think it's hard to throw the ball when it's wet. It's hard to throw the ball when it's windy, and that may affect Nebraska more than Rutgers.
Well, depends on how Raiola can handle that. Raiola is, he throws a good ball. He's big and powerful. Kyle Hienis is a quarterback that I think Nebraska is going to try to put the game on him, take away their ability. Nebraska has not given up a rushing touchdown all year. So you talk about the wins. You guys talk about the physicality. And it's in Lincoln. I think that favors Nebraska personally. I think that their defense not being talked about a lot because it seems like everybody talks about Raiola. I think they'll be locked in today in Lincoln.
Hey, Coach Saban, you brought up a good point. Now, I'm not a golfer, but I'm a punt return guy. The first thing you do when you line up for a punt return is you toss up some grass to see which way the wind is blowing. That's going to affect special teams. But one more thing that Rutgers has in their favor is that time of possession. They're number one in the conference. They hold the ball for 33 minutes per game. So they're going to play keep away from Nebraska, too.
I got a coaching point for you on this win thing because I used to coach a punt returners.
Okay, let's go, Coach.
So
we can talk
when
about
I was at the Naval Academy, I'm telling the guys, take some grass, throw up, and see which way's the wind blowing.
Exactly.
Well, the Chesapeake Bay's right there.
Yeah.
The punt returner looks at me and says, Coach, the ground is going to heat up faster than the water. The wind's blowing this way. We don't need to throw up any grass.
I love that.
That's when you got smart guys.
That's something these people can figure out,
guys.
Hey, what are you saying? Take off that red top. They're talking to you, stupid Steve.
Red tie. The red tie. The red tie. Take off that red tie. This Terry didn't hook you up this week.
I thought they were talking to Stanford Steve.
Take off that red.
Stanford Steve. I was here for basketball 15 years ago. Bob Knight comes out in a red shirt. They tell him to take it off. And he goes, no, and went and bought a red sweater to wear on top of the red shirt. That's what Steve's doing here.
I think it's because of him.
It's the red Stanford.
Look at Stanford Steve, though.
Stanford tie.
They're out for us today, Coach.
Hey, Steve, I think you have a little history with these guys over the years.
Right? Stand up.
Steve, say hello to these people.
Say hi to everybody.
Hey, let me show you what old 82 did back in the day.
Oh, boy.
Against the sturdy Golden Bears. Look at 82. Stanford Steve.
First down.
Okay, now don't look at the elbow. Let's get out of this video before we don't need to see that.
You don't need to see that.
Tell the story, Steve. What happened?
Well, on that play, we got to beat Cal to go to the Rose Bowl. 1999 had everything in front of us. On that play, I dislocate my elbow, and all I could think about was, when am I going to be back? Because I want to play in the Rose Bowl. We weren't going to lose to Cal. Didn't lose to Cal for 4 years. 2-0 in that stadium right up the road. So
Undefeated, huh?
I am biased, though, when it comes to the Cal fans, because whenever I played in that stadium, it was sold out. They do a great job. But I also wonder how many of these people are here because they didn't get into Stanford.
Shots fired. Wow. Jeez.
I got a question for you. If it was so great at Stanford, why did you have a girlfriend here at Cal?
Good question, Coach.
This show is off the chain right now.
There is a saying, 9 out of 10 girls in California is beautiful. That 1 out of 10 goes to Stanford.
Okay.
Now it's card 99. The comments just made by Stanford Steve do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the evaluations of all of us here on the College Game Day set. We sincerely apologize to all of the lovely women who graced the farm at Stanford. And now we check in. Maybe Pete Thamel has an update on this.
Good call. That was smart.
What are you watching right now?
Yeah.
What are you watching for?
Yeah, Reese, my sources today didn't have Nick Saban questioning Stanford Steve's love life. But we're going to track Connor Wegman's status at Texas A&M this morning. This is the biggest story of the day. Sources have told me that Wegman is going to be back and be available for Texas A&M. We'll find out if he starts sometime during pregame warmups. I've been told to expect Marcel Reed to start for the fourth straight game, but there's a chance if Wegman feels 100%, he could go for the first time since week 2. Regardless, a bigger decision looms for Mike Elko and the staff. They have a bye coming up, and Wegman is expected back after that. For UCLA, in-state college today, they're a 4-touchdown underdog, and they may be without quarterback Ethan Garbers. I've told he's a game-time decision. He's expected to warm up, but he's been limited in practice this week. Justin Martin, a sophomore who has 5 career passing attempts, has been taking the first-team reps. And in the spirit of today, it's rare that I get a chance to give an injury update in the form of a song. Justin Wilcox told us at walkthrough yesterday, Reese, that Jaden Ott's really going to be 100% for the first time this season. He's only averaged 3.3 yards a carry. He was obviously first-team All-Pac-12 last year, and that means OTTTOTO. Jaden Ott is set to go.
Snap and clap and hit the hole to the house. It's hot to go. If you haven't seen this song,
it's good. It's good.
Really it's good. A banger.
It is a banger. That's Reese, you saying it sounds a lot better. You know what else is a banger? You tell it. You know the story. You tell the whole damn world. But this is insane. Is this not amazing? It is 6:30 in the morning.
But you know who will walk into the middle of bear territory?
Who's that?
I'm going to show you somebody. A guy the Secret Service once hired. A trained MMA fighter.
Right.
And the head coach of the Miami Hurricanes, Mario Cristobal. He'll join us live when you come back to Berkeley.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A chicken chalupa supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not Lux about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parents, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA. Are you eligible?
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
The SEC on ABC. A high-stakes Saturday. First, a top 25 matchup between Missouri and Texas A&M at Aggieland.
Kyle Field, the best environment you'll see.
Then, Auburn and 5th-ranked Georgia face off.
The oldest rivalry in the Deep South should be a whole lot of fun.
And in prime time, Nico and #4 Tennessee take on Arkansas.
Tennessee is primed for a playoff run.
The SEC on ABC. All day today, beginning at noon Eastern.
As your host, I have some rules. 2 flush maximum per bathroom visit. No games, no fun,
There's a great barbecue outside, but don't touch that.
Meanwhile, at a Vrbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one that's all yours.
Sorry, honey, it's a work thing.
Mine's also a work thing. I just need someone to cover my shift.
So is mine. Alan says your business vehicle is now covered with Progressive.
Protected 24/7, just like your home and auto.
Oh, that's great.
So dinner time's just phone time now?
Sorry. You know, I heard that ground turkey is the healthiest poultry.
You know what? Never mind. Just be on your phones.
Thank you.
Tomorrow on Sunday NFL Countdown, injuries are mounting in Dallas. Who steps up as the Cowboys battle the Steelers? And Burrow versus Lamar, how Derrick Henry can steal the show.
Derrick Henry running style is a guy who's vicious, and when he gets to the second level, good luck.
Plus, Peyton Manning joins us as we kick off your Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Let's go back to you in Berkeley.
All right, Greeny, thank you very much. Of course, Monday Night Football coming up, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, the Saints in Kansas City. We'll see it there, Peyton Eli on ESPN2 as the Chiefs continue to work to win. They always seem to find a way, don't they? Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Look at that scene. Holy cow, are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. We're at Memorial Glade, right in the heart of the Cal campus. Look at, now see, there are some people who are mistaken about why they're here.
It kind of is, I guess, against Miami. No time. I'm telling you, they're in the middle of like the most important time of their semester right now. And this guy only does lines of code. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Hey, man.
Marshawn Lynch's going to be our guest picker lately.
Hey, man, let's get the muter and the sensor ready.
We'll make a pass to the library for them, maybe or maybe not. We're delighted to be joined by a guy who's walking right into the Bears' den, Mario Cristobal, the head coach at Miami. Mario, you have experience here. Cam Ward has experience here against Justin Wilcox and his teams. What is it about facing their defense? They're really good at generating turnovers. What's the biggest challenge for Cam and your offense tonight?
Well, it starts with the head coach. The guy's an outstanding football coach, and his demeanor, his DNA, you see it in their football team. They're tough, they're physical, they play sound football. They don't make mistakes, and they take the ball away. And then when they do so, they capitalize.
I just say Mario,
go ahead, Coach.
I just wondered, you know, your team has had quite a bit of success so far this year. And how have they responded to the success in terms of their preparation and being able to continue with some kind of consistency in performance? Are you satisfied with their preparation?
Well, Coach, we watched your segment last week. You hit the nail right on the head. We start off really well with a lot to prove. You mentioned it as well, Kirk. And we played hard last week, but we lacked attention to detail. And we approached that film and studied it with humility, realizing we have to improve on the things that we let on last week so we could achieve the goals we want to achieve.
Coach, this is the longest game that's going to happen in college football, travel game outside of a Hawaii game. How is your team kind of prepared for, I mean, it's going to be foggy in that stadium. I don't know if you know that, but this is the biggest game that has happened here. How have you talked to your team about what to expect this evening here?
Well, you make out of it what you want to make out of it. You know, we came out a day early. We adjusted every day and pushed an hour back, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And it can't be that big of a deal. What only matters here is that they got a great football team. We got a great football team. Let's go kick off the ball and find out.
Coach, you guys were in a dogfight against Virginia Tech. What did you learn about your team that night, and how are you going to use that moving forward?
I think that when you look at our team, we're kind of at the point now where we had some bad plays. We had some turnovers, and we had some injuries, but there's trust and belief that there's no bad play or injury or tough situation we can't overcome. And also knowing we cannot allow ourselves to put ourselves in a tough position like we did.
Have you ever had the road coach come on to set a college game day?
Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning? Just a tough guy. Just a tough guy. Just let you know,
this is historic.
We appreciate you doing this.
They don't make them like they used to.
But I got to tell you about this guy. When we used to go recruiting in Miami when he was on the staff,
yes,
every school we went in. Mm-hmm. He talked Spanish. I didn't know what was happening, but we got some players.
I was protecting him from the Dolphin fans.
Yeah. Hey, Mario, go back to what Butch Davis did after you left as a player at Miami. it was a little bit slower than I think the fans wanted. He got in there 95, 96, and then they benefited in 99, 2000, 01, 02. But he built it the right way. It took time. The process of building this thing back up. They've tried different coaches. Nothing has worked. You're there. Just not this game, just where the program is, building Miami back to what college football fans are expecting from it. Where is the program?
Well, when you get to a program, you're either there because the previous staff did a good job or they didn't do a good job. And our starting point there was relatively low. Learned a ton under Coach Saban. Very grateful to him for my time at Alabama, in building a roster from top to bottom where it's deep, it's talented enough to compete, where you can rush the passer in the fourth quarter, where you can stop the run the ball, and we happen to find ourselves an elite quarterback as well along the way. So we're not where we want to be yet, but the progress has been tremendous, and we're just getting started, and we're looking forward to a great game today.
I really see the progress in your team in the trenches. You know, your offensive line looks like an SEC offensive line. I mean, you guys are big, and you're making progress on defense. So I think that's important in building a program.
Coach, I have a question for you. Coach Saban said something the first week that if you pay the wrong guys, you end up, what'd you say? I forget the exact quote.
You shit out of luck.
Feels like Cam Ward is the perfect guy to come into your culture and lead your team. I've been talking about it for literally since week one, watching Cam do his thing. Last week, when he was pointing, hey, this is where we're running, and then you guys run it right there, he seems to fit your culture and Miami perfectly. Obviously, it's working right now. Do you feel that way? And why was Cam Ward the guy that you wanted to get into your program?
Cam Ward is a tough dude. He's an alpha, and the guy doesn't flinch. So the best part about him is if there is a bad play, he follows it up with a great play. And all he cares about is winning. He could care less about accolades. He couldn't care less about any kind of award outside of getting that W at the end of every single game. So he's a blessing to have, blessed to be around. He's surrounded by some awesome young men.
I think you made a great decision when you said you're going to go in the swamp and open the season with Florida, and you had to have a guy that could go in there and do it, and Cam Ward did it.
And the guy he'll be facing tonight, Fernando Mendoza, is not only a Miami native, not only went to the same high school Mario did, but Fernando's dad and you were teammates in high school too. So that'll be a fun matchup tonight. Mario, great of you to come in the middle of this and talk with us this morning. Mario Cristobal, the head coach.
Make some noise, please.
Hey, look, there are a lot of people here that are going to be inside that stadium, but there's also a pretty good vantage point outside the stadium, Jess Sims.
Did you know that Cal football games have been free to see since 1923? Well, that's if you decide to make the trek all the way up here on top of Memorial Stadium on Tightwad Hill. Now, every week for every game, hundreds of students come up here to honor this 100-year-long tradition of the best views of the game and panoramic city views of the San Francisco Bay Area at no cost. They even brought up the California Victory Cannon in 1971, which goes off at the beginning of every game and with every Cal score. In 1991 against Pacific, they actually set a record, 12 touchdowns, so that thing went off quite a few times, and they ran out of ammunition. But don't worry, I think we got it covered for today.
Fire!
Sure. Oh my gosh, there's so much more coming up on College Game Day. Don't go anywhere.
It's a real live boogie and a real live hold down. Don't be a back, come take it to the floor now.
Oh no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
Getting a fresh deal at Subway has never been easier. Just buy any footlong in the app, get another free. The only hard part is telling Travis he doesn't get the second footlong.
Wait, seriously?
I got you next time, buddy. Order now in the Subway app.
I'm not alone on this mountain. I've got friends, teammates, and some doubters too. That's okay. Don't let the world tell you who you are.
Businesses work best when they put people first. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure your team has the essential products they need, where and when they need them, to help keep them looking great, feeling confident, and ready to be their best. Get Cintas.
Oh, I'm ready.
and get ready for the workday.
If you recently lost health coverage due to a life change, healthcare.gov is here for you. Like it's there for Marcus. Even though he lost his job, he's not worried about finding a new health plan anymore. And Keisha, she turned 26 and went off her parents' insurance. So she found new, affordable coverage. And for the Moore family, when they lost Medicaid, they found a new plan that fits their budget. There are many other ways to qualify. Visit healthcare.gov, where millions have found the coverage they need.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Whoa! Touchdown, yeah! And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Getting a fresh deal at Subway has never been easier. Just buy any footlong in the app, get another free. The only hard part is telling Travis he doesn't get to suck him footlong.
Wait, seriously?
I got you next time, buddy. Order now in the Subway app.
A primetime ACC doubleheader on ESPN. First, the Tigers face the Seminoles in Tallahassee. Then, the Hurricanes head to Berkeley to take on the Golden Bears. Clemson at Florida State and Miami at Cal tonight on ESPN.
Hey, Flo. Cool leg warmers.
Thanks. They're just for the best ride to work. They're not part of the official uniform.
No tunes today?
No. My apartment was robbed last night. Took my cable-ready TV, VCR, portable cassette player.
Yep, all the latest tech.
If only Progressive had renter's insurance, like their home insurance.
Then we could bundle our cars and get the same 24/7 protection. I think we just invented that. This is the best day ever.
Well, I still got robbed.
It's still a pretty good day.
Oh no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
The football cliche goes, they remember what you do in November. I say we go with, let's remember the splendor that was September.
Oh my goodness!
Way back in August, few mentioned Army or Navy as CFP invaders. But look at the top of the American standings. One by land, one by sea. Two of only 18 remaining undefeated teams. How about BYU setting a Big 12 blue streak, storm chased by a cyclone out of Iowa? Indiana and Rutgers are hiding in plain undefeated sight amid all the top 10 Big Ten teams. Duke, the Dukes, Pitt. Week 1, you likely didn't know the names Ashton Genty, Sean Golak, or Donovan Ezaraku. Entering Week 6, they are the nation's leading rusher, tackler, and sacker. From the Pac-2 resurrection to teenage overnight sensation, 2024 has zigged when we thought it would zag.
Williams still spinning free. Stays on his feet. Scores!
So from where will the next unexpected football bolt drop upon us? That's why they play the games. All of them.
Old Dominion, best in the game, helping the world keep promises. And look at all the promise, Pat, that these teams have delivered.
Reese, I'll tell you, whenever I was drinking 30 Guinnesses over in Dublin and we had that game day and Georgia Tech shocked the world, we had no idea what this season was going to bring us. There are surprises all over the board. And I think the biggest surprise to me about this college football season, we're in Berkeley, California. That is... It's been magical. College football has been amazing. And Reese, I think we should dive into a little bit more September surprises early in this college football season.
You know what? Let's do that. And Pat, you're going to get to start. You think about it. We are in Berkeley. We looked at this in Dublin. We're like, well, we're going to be in Tallahassee for Clemson and Florida State. Yeah. Nope, we're here. I want you to fill in the blank for whatever question pops up. Pat, you're up first.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Stop.
We all know how painful that could be. There you go. The fact that Indiana is undefeated is?
As somebody that lives in Indianapolis, Indiana, and married into an IU family, I would say it's marvelous. It's stupendous. And if you ask Kurt Signetti, it's expected. He said, Google me, I win. They have. This team is lighting a fire under a fan base that has been dormant for 57 years. There's a chance game day ends up in Bloomington, and that, my friends, is wonderful. That's a 20-minute drive as opposed to a 5-minute flight.
Herbie, you're up.
Stop. Army and Navy.
It is blank that Army and Navy are undefeated. What's your word?
Has that ever happened? That's never happened, I don't believe. Same time. My word is, I don't know, patriotic.
Yeah.
It's patriotic. How about that?
That's good.
You know, Navy, by the way, this is not cute stories, what Army and Navy are doing. This is great football. Both these quarterbacks, Horvath has been amazing. Bailey's been amazing. Navy is a team that, I think they scored 17 points a game a year ago. Now they're around 40 points a game. So it's been awesome.
Nick, stop.
Nailed it.
The ceiling for Aiden Childs, tough night last night, but ceiling for Michigan State's quarterback Aiden Childs is?
Tremendous. I think this guy has tremendous upside. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's a good thrower, good passer, makes a lot of good throws, can beat you with his feet. But the big thing he's got to learn to do, which a lot of young quarterbacks have to do, is eliminate the bad plays. Everybody wants to make plays. Great competitors want to make great plays, but you got to take what the defense gives, and that's what he needs to learn.
Okay. Stop.
I think he does.
Duke
How about
has
that?
a blank shot at the ACC title. I think Duke has a good shot at the ACC title. You know, they're 5-0, first time since 1994. What I like about them is as the game goes on, they get stronger. They've outscored their opponents 40-6 in the fourth quarter. Manny Diaz is doing a fantastic job out there. Listen, it was the Dukes. It was
Good
the Dukes.
blue-collar mentality. They've got Georgia Tech today, by the way.
Stop.
You need to watch Curtis Rourke from Indiana because he is
just lighting up scoreboards.
Yeah.
Lighting up scoreboards. Pat just talked about Indiana as a football team with Signetti coming over from JMU. He found a quarterback in Curtis Rourke. And this guy is a relentless worker in the offseason. He's put it together as a transfer portal guy now in the Big Ten. Every single week at this point in the season, he has been fun to watch.
Nick. Stop.
Nailed it.
Rutgers is a what in the Big Ten?
Problem. I think this is a problem team because they're physical up front. They can run the ball. They got a great back. I think that these kinds of teams are hard to beat. They create lots of problems on special teams, block kicks, return kicks. So this is old-fashioned ball. The way Rutgers plays. So it's my kind of team in the old days. In the old days.
Okay, stop. Ashton Genty averaging 10 yards per rush. Listen, if this young man gains 155 yards against Utah State today, he would be 1,000 on the season.
Already.
Joining the likes like Ricky Williams, Marcus Allen, some Barry Sanders, some of the greats, Pat.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you ask the Boise people, not a surprise, but to the country, you're talking about an electrifying back who runs people over, runs through people, and has closing speed.
On pace to catch Barry Sanders.
That's what I'm saying. Barry Sanders, are you kidding me?
It's what? Awesome, spectacular, stupendous, amazing, stupendous.
Startling.
Stupendous.
Startling. I mean, I thought the run game was gone, and then Ashton Genty's like, he's right there in Heisman conversation.
Got one more. Absolutely.
Stop. Oh. The fact that College Game Day is here today is...
You already heard that,
Hey, there's only one way to answer it, and it is, you know it. You tell the story. You tell the whole damn world this is bad territory. It's awesome. I mean, I did not expect this. They're in the middle of midterms. They got real stuff on the line. They've been here since midnight last night. They're putting the studying away. They got great traditions. They got great fans. They got great local herbs and vitamins. It is remarkable to be here. I hope we make this an every year thing. I hope we make this an every year thing.
What a morning. What a morning it is. And hey, we're just getting started here too. Look at, hey, you know what? Dare to dream. There is the College Football Playoff National Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper with a lot of Cal cheerleaders around it. Cal can win the ACC. They can get in that 12-team playoff and maybe deal with teams like Georgia and Alabama, the instant classic from last Saturday night. What does it mean now? And Luther Burden, before Missouri takes on Texas A&M today, the Tigers star receiver, will join us live from College Station.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
What's that?
That's the Taco Bell Cantina chicken.
Okay, well, please tell me you're using a condiment.
Yeah, avocado verde salsa.
Oh, we believe in mayo. This is how we chicken in this house.
I don't see a pickle on it.
Maybe we don't want a pickle on it.
Okay, all right.
Traditionalists. They're in every family.
Dad, please.
Sometimes common ground is just one bite away.
What?
I can feel again.
I love you, Dad.
I love you. Taco Bell Cantina chicken burrito.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurbished.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
You can't just sell at one place at once anymore. You gotta sell in all places. Cha-ching indeed. Businesses that want to win with Shopify.
Consumer Cellular is lowering the price for those 50 and up. Get 2 unlimited lines for $30 each. That's just $60 a month. So switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage satisfaction. Visit consumercellular.com today.
Did you know how you feel can be affected by the bacteria in your gut? Try New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites. With a delicious apple and blueberry-flavored fruit center and yogurt coating, each bite is infused with added probiotics to help promote a healthy digestive system every day. Plus, they're packaged in individually wrapped pouches for daily digestive support on the go. Look for New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites online and in the digestive care aisle of your local retailer. Brand power, helping you buy better.
ESPN Bet has seen green, Steven's A-list. Why can't I have a cool sounding featured bet?
Like what?
Molly's matchups.
I don't love it.
Molly's money lines. They call me the queen of money lines.
Do they call you that?
They should.
Mad Dogs, dogs. Mad Dogs, dogs! Yeah, I get it. It's no Steven's A-list.
Ah! Get exclusive talent markets and up to $1,000 in bonus bets with the first bet reset on ESPN Bet.
Let's review. We're not going to talk about traffic or weather. If anyone brings up lawn care, I will handle it. Hosting can be extremely difficult for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Oh, are you done with this? I'll just take that.
Okay. He's still drinking.
Oh, look what the cat...
Nope. Let's try again. You wouldn't mind? It gets ugly. You can either take it off or I'll take it off you. Yeah.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You loved it. Take
Doesn't
it.
want it. Oh no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms round me. Live in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't.
Boy, it feels that way this morning, doesn't it? Memorial Glade as we approach the top of the hour, nearing 7 o'clock on the West Coast. They've been out here since midnight, ready for their Bears, their first trip to College Game Day to come to Cal. They have brought elite sign game. They brought enthusiasm. They brought chants. Everything you could possibly want. We've got so much more coming up. Cam Ward, Heisman wasn't always in the conversation for him. We'll go one-on-one with the Miami quarterback, who might be the best in the country. Now, after this morning, surely somebody's going to win $75K in Pat McAfee's field goal kicking contest, aren't they? A lot of Cal students with a chance, and we will go beast mode as Marshawn Lynch will join us as our celebrity guest picker. If there's not a golf cart involved in this, what are we even doing here? The Geico Fan Cam showing you the best fans in all of college football, and man, if they made their presence felt this morning. Look at these signs, guys. Oh.
Me neither.
The sign game is strong, bro. The sign game here is an all-time.
Game day never coming to Cal or Miami getting here.
A Hail Mary is a good drink, actually. Tech Bros versus Speedos. There's been some other ones that rhyme with Toke out there that I've seen. Miami's playbook is shorter than my syllabus. I'm telling you, I believe it, bro. Right? I believe it.
Me too, brother.
They're saving the world out there.
This is one of those things, and everybody's still alive in the 12-team playoff era, and even with the new format, if it's supposed to diminish regular season games and their meaning, you couldn't tell it from the Georgia-Alabama game last week. When those two get together, they seemingly play for everything. And as the Bulldogs came roaring back from seemingly an insurmountable 28-point deficit, I watched one fan called Elizabeth stalk across the sidelines and go from a smooth ride into shock and despair, and finally into shock, awe, and exhilaration, and afterward said, I've never reacted to anything like that in my life. This might be the best night of my life. Best or worst depends on your perspective, but the Tide and the Dogs always have license to thrill.
It is us. Here we go. This is the rivalry that has decided championships.
Nobody said it's going to be easy.
Touchdown! Unbelievable start.
Touchdown, Jam Miller.
Milroe tight-roping down the sideline. Touchdown! Nobody in this big house, even Caleb DeBoer, would have imagined a start like this.
That's the intensity we've had for 2 quarters. In the second half, we got to win more moments than him.
Touchdown, Georgia, very much alive.
Back, throws it down the middle. Touchdown, Bell, and the Dogs have the lead.
So here comes Jalen Milroe.
Deep downfield, looking for Williams.
75 yards for the 17-year-old. Final minute of regulation. Intercepted! Brown, the freshman, makes a game-saving play.
Alabama, 41. Georgia, 34. Roll Tide!
We came here to do a lot bigger things. How you respond to this tells me everything about who you are.
Well, fans have been reliving that game all week. It's not just Georgia-Alabama, but that's obviously the most glaring example of having an emotional win like that and then trying to have enough in the tank to follow it.
Well, what I always try to do is make a decision about what I was going to say after the game on Friday, whether we won or whether we lost, because I wanted to try to eliminate a relief syndrome or a letdown. So relief syndrome is, to me, we win a big game, now we want to rest on our laurels, which is really kind of human nature. So you wanted to try to have a 24-hour rule where you put that game behind you and you can refocus on the next game so your performance doesn't, go downhill, because you lose your edge, your performance dissipates rapidly, and that's what you want to try to eliminate in the season, is having ups and downs.
So I'm looking at Kalen DeBoer this week. Bye week, got Vandy coming up. And you can look at what Georgia's dealing with. Which one, if you're in that locker room, which one's tougher to manage? An emotional loss, the way Georgia fought back and they came up short, showed a lot, or Alabama holding on and having a huge win? Which one moving forward is tougher?
I think it's tougher for when you have a big win. I think when you have a loss and the players are disappointed, just human nature that everybody seems to respond better when you have a thunderbolt, something bad happens. Everybody's willing to make the changes they need to make to get it right, and I think Georgia will respond in a really positive way.
And I think, the experience of that Alabama team at key positions, Jalen Milroe being the most specifically, I think is big for their locker room culture, I think, as a whole. And Stanford Steve told me earlier today that Kalen DeBoer actually had the rat traps around the building to avoid the rat poison after a big-time win and still having a lot left. I think my favorite speech that I've seen or heard Kirby Smart give was after that Alabama game. because he knows that team still has everything in front of him, and he said how proud he was. And, I think I've heard you say this. Bill Belichick has said this. Whenever you win, that's when you got to really kind of be hard on a team. When you lose, you got to love them up. I think we're learning a lot about both of them, but this week is big in the aftermath of the Mega Bowl that happened in the SEC
We will learn a lot about both of them. And when you talk about losing a big game, it takes me back to when I was with the Packers in Green Bay. We could not get past the Cowboys, right? We played them on a Monday night on the road. It was a hard-fought game, but they won. And I remember that next must have been Wednesday when we met. We had a players-only meeting. And that's when guys like Reggie White, they stood up. And what they did is they focused on the positives. Because it was a hard-fought game, we knew that we were on the same level with them. We just couldn't make any more mistakes. Once we started to focus on the positives, the things that we did well and eliminated those mistakes, we were able to go on and have a fantastic season.
See, I think that's what is key. We've watched so many big games, and you just brought up Reggie White. I mean, that's an example of a player-led team.
Absolutely.
And you just touched on guys like in that locker room who can help in that way. To me, that's what Jalen Milroe, Malachi Moore have to do over in the Tuscaloosa side of things. You find out Kirby Smart can only say so much. Someone in that locker room, because his great teams, after a tough loss, they had a guy that would just, coaches are out of here. This is our team. This is what we need to do. But this story's been all over. The Ole Miss, how do they respond?
Yeah.
Kentucky, how do they respond? They got to buy. They got Vandy next week. Miami, after last week. So this is the roller coaster ride, the emotional ride that I think fans sometimes underestimate and undervalue how challenging that is for you guys to deal with.
I know how disappointed everybody in Georgia had to be about Georgia losing the game, but I actually texted Kirby after the game and said, hey, this is not the worst thing that ever happened. Most of our best teams lost a game somewhere along the line, and they responded the right way because we had really good leadership on the team that held people accountable to do things the way you needed to do it to have success.
Hey, Coach, 28-zip, Alabama's up. You're pissed off in the suite. I think you knew Kirby Smart was going to have something for him. Two great teams. Have you heard what these people have been saying to you this entire time? They want that red tie off of the go. Oh. Oh!
Are you serious? He's taking it a step. He's taking it down.
This place is going. Hold on.
Hey, we're going to test his top. Oh, my God.
Coach, you look great.
The knot's going to need some work in the break. But
hey, you know it.
He's a hero.
You tell the story. You tell the whole damn world. This is Saban territory. Hey, you look amazing right now, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. They were not going to stop. Every time you opened your mouth, they hated this time.
It's a nice time.
That one he's gonna hold on to that top.
No,
I just wonder if we had a camera on Miss Terry as she's watching this happen and what she's thinking right now. She's going to be yelling at the TV.
Here, Steve, you take the time, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
You know what? This is an example of adjusting after a big win or a big loss. Like, typically, you have the things you want to do. Taylor McGregor is working sidelines today. Said Lane Kiffin's changed and done different things. He's never talked about big goals. After they lost last week, Sunday, talked to his team about the long-term goals still out in front of them, trying to recenter them. You don't need recentering. You're on a heater right now. You're going to make a pick.
That looks good. Yeah.
Look at that record.
That's that Stanford difference.
We're trying. Kent State's not playing this week, but the only team Kent State's worse than in defense is Ball State this year.
Okay.
Western Michigan's coming off a loss against Marshall. Ball State's giving up 49 points a game, 133rd in the country. We're going to take Western Michigan minus the 10.
Baby, wait to sit in the pocket.
Keep it going.
Trying.
All right. Feels like a win there. Now, we've got an ACC game, Big Ten game that Steve will have later on the board. Missouri and Texas A&M, this is the only matchup of ranked opponents on this Saturday, inside 2 hours to kick off on ABC. Eli Drinkwitz's team going in to College Station. First road game, a tough one as AT&T is going to keep us connected right now as we chat with a star player on a team that is tied for the nation's longest winning streak at 8 in a row. Luther Burden is with us. Luther, thanks for taking some time. How do you feel as if your team has played relative to what its capabilities are? How close have you guys come to what you expect from yourselves?
I feel like we just really scratching the surface yet. We haven't played our best ball yet. Our best ball is, right in front of us. So I'm looking forward to, just getting out there and competing today and having a lot of fun and come home with a win.
LB3, we appreciate you taking time here. I did a little research on your story. I guess you could have went and played anywhere in basketball. Obviously, you could have went anywhere and played football. Had offers to Alabama, Georgia, stay in Missouri at Mizzou. How great do you feel about that particular decision, and when do we see you back on the basketball court as well?
It's been crazy. Just being able to, I'm super blessed to be able to have opportunities like play basketball and football. So I'm truly blessed for that, and you probably won't see me on the court in a minute.
One thing, Luther, I always talked to the receivers was they would get frustrated when they beat a guy, especially deep, and they didn't get the ball. So what do you really feel like when you beat a guy and you said, I could have scored a touchdown on this play and you don't get the ball? What's that make you feel like?
It's definitely frustrating because, you're a receiver, man. You want to get in the end zone as much as you can because, this is what you do. It's why you play the game, why you play receiver. And it's kind of frustrating when you don't get it, but, you just got to, block out there and just go to the next play because it's going to come right back to you.
Well, I always coach the DBs, and when I told the DBs all the time was they know they got beat, so whether you got the ball or not, you getting in their head. So keep going.
Hey, Luther, I wanted to ask you about, we just talked as a group about emotional rides and players helping, lead a locker room. What's it been like for you? Last year, you guys were a bit of a surprise. This year, there's a big target. Everybody's expecting Missouri to be a playoff team. Everybody's expecting Missouri to win every game by a big margin. What's the difference in last year and this year, and how are you managing that as a leader of this team?
I feel like last year we had a lot of great leaders, and they really, set the way for this year. So I'm just trying to, follow their footsteps, the best way I can and lead this group, to the highest we can go. So, yeah.
Hey, Luther, I'm a big fan of what you do when the ball is in your hands, but I love what you do when one of your teammates is running the ball and you're out there blocking. Talk to me about the philosophy in the receivers' meeting room when you guys are out there, but the ball isn't in your hands, but you have a teammate who's running with it.
We really teach when someone gets the ball on our team, we work our drill called play forward. So it's like as soon as you get the ball, we have two defenders right in front of us, and we have to go block them. So we work on it in practice every week. So it really just I'm glad to see it, translate to the game.
Great opportunity today for you, Luther. Thanks so much for spending time with us. Really appreciate it. All the best today and the rest of the season.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
It is Luther Burden from Missouri. No robotic dog from Missouri this time, like Eli Drinkwitz had, his coach, when he was with us before.
Oh, yeah. I remember the little fake dog.
Yeah.
That was wild.
That was wild.
ABC College Football Saturday lineup. You'll see Luther and the Tigers against Texas A&M at noon. That is followed by the Deep South's oldest rival. We talked about teams needing to bounce back. Auburn gave one away, too. Yep. And then we have the nightcap Tennessee and Arkansas. The Home Depot Doers of the Week. They came out early to be part of the show. Oski's in the middle of them. Hey, let's make sure, Jess, that this crowd doesn't lose energy. They got a long day ahead of them.
There is no way this crew is losing any energy, especially with what I'm about to tell them. Cal has 246 Olympic medals all time, more than half of them being gold. I'm joined by the one and only Cam Rogers, who just won gold at the Paris Olympics in the women's hammer throw. Cam, how does it feel to be back on campus after such an amazing achievement?
Best feeling ever. Being able to celebrate in Paris and back here with the Golden Bears, there's no feeling like it. I love being Golden Bear.
I can see that, and I can see why. I'm also joined by Ryan Murphy, who just added 3 to his collection, including this, so thanks for the hardware. Now, how amazing is it to be part of the Cal Olympian legacy?
I came to Cal because I wanted to be world class in something. I found my calling in swimming, and it's been a blast.
I mean, the energy's only going to keep going from here. I'm going to get out of here with this. But thanks so much. Reese, back to y'all.
Stealing a gold medal. I like it. I like it.
But if Cal were a country, they would be right in the middle of the competition for the most medals, too. I'm told that it's time for the Aflac trivia question.
Aflac trivia. James Madison. There you go. James Madison. Yeah, where's that duck? James Madison, one of those surprise teams this year. They've scored 60 points in back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Who was the last FBS team to score 60-plus in 3 straight games?
3 straight games.
Had to be one of those wide open air raids.
I think Kevin Wilson in Oklahoma had a great offense back in like
This
2007,
team had, I'll give you a hint. This team had the Heisman Trophy winner that year.
Oh, wow.
They were 8 would have been Bradford, right? It would have been Sam Bradford. That's a good guess. But it seems like it's not right. Because
no, he's not giving us any.
Okay.
Good try.
How about Lamar had some good offenses.
Bingo.
Yep.
Lamar
2016 Louisville. Look at Herbie.
Hey, we're smart. And Cal.
My guy right there. My guy.
It's happening.
Sick, man. Sick.
I'm just wondering, we're going to fix this tie?
Tie's great.
That's why we go no tie inside the film room, right?
This guy's tie.
We'll take you inside the film room, look ahead to Michigan and Washington today. And as Georgia returns between the hedges, a legacy of why it's so important for the players and the fans to connect.
My earliest memory of Georgia football would be going to a tailgate and seeing my grandfather with his head painting with a Georgia Bulldog on his head.
Your wall is completely undefended.
Okay.
You need Bear Dynasty. Here, here, and here.
But it's almost game time.
It goes on in one coat. It really has it all.
I sure do love that color.
You would.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A Chicken Chalupa Supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not Lux about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
I know what you're thinking. Right in a grocery store, celebrities really are just like us. We're not. I'm just here to make a point. As a papertarian, I crush it in a place like this. Now, you gotta pay attention to the packaging. If it comes in paper, it comes from a renewable resource. I'll recycle you later.
First person to check out with only paper products wins a yacht. Paper.
So how come you became a papertarian?
Smart choice. Stupid question.
Water.
Yeah.
As a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, Nick feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things, like crossing this river. What if his feet get wet? Did he bring extra socks? Are there salmon in the river? Are salmon aggressive? Nick has a lot of things to worry about. But as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
I know 20 of you, and you're rich as hell. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay.
I'm not rich as hell. I'm the one that really needs the break, not the people that are already rich and have the money. The 1% don't serve anybody but themselves. So for them to get a tax break, no, that's not cool. Kamala Harris is going to make billionaires pay their fair share, and she's going to cut taxes for working people like me. I'm Buddy, and I'm not rich as hell, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Coach Gecko!
Coach G. Laura, Dan. I didn't realize the media would be here.
No, this isn't for work. We're just really big fans.
And we're scouting for our fantasy insurance teams.
Geico has all the top prospects and 97% satisfaction rating. That's unreal.
Oh my gosh, it's true. True!
Smells like insurance. Suppose Geico does have devoted fans. It's not weird.
Jade, sign my arm.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
She only signs claims checks.
This time I use top. It's in! Historic goal! Shoots and scores! Left-footed goal!
Aerial coverage on this glorious morning in Berkeley is provided by Goodyear. Road tested, game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. Oh, look at the bay out through there. Wait, that's a bad thing?
No, yeah.
Not supposed to do that.
Here in Cal. Whoops. He is.
That could be it. That might be true.
That was a good one.
That's like the Miami, Ohio logo with the M too. That's
a very clever sign.
That's deep. That's deep in the weeds there.
Absolutely.
All right, Reese, help us with that one.
Okay.
Stanford Steve, what do
you got something there, Stanford?
I got nothing.
Oh, look at that. Everybody picked Auburn. Nobody saved the graphic. Cal won the game.
I remember.
We saw.
I remember. Yes, we do.
Let's take a look at our weekend menu crafted by Arby's.
We do.
Well, we got the SEC slate today. Talked about Missouri and A&M. Ole Miss, South Carolina, we touched on. Rebels still a 9-point favorite. Gamecocks much healthier. UCF in Florida tonight on the SEC Network. And then in Nashville, the Doors 0-60 all time against top 5 opponents. Alabama's number 1 for the 141st time. That's a record. I guess other than that 0-60 record against top 5 opponents, old Vandy's got them right where they want them right now, don't they? I mean, if you look at this, and Alabama's trying to come back, and Vanderbilt trying to spoil things.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a tough game for Alabama. And I know that the thought around the SEC is that Vandy is kind of a gimme or whatever. They have not been this year. Obviously, they beat Virginia Tech, who starts out very incredibly tough. They take Mizzou to double overtime. They just beat the hell out of a team. I mean, this is a little bit of a different Vandy team. Could be a little stingy. But whenever you think about this Alabama-Vandy game, it's hard not to get excited about watching Jalen Milroe, Kalen DeBoer, and that Alabama team do their thing. Des, that offense is electrifying. Yeah. Explosive play after explosive play after explosive play. If Vandy wants to stay in this, they got to cut that out somehow, even though that's what Alabama lives by.
Tell you what, we got a chance to do pregame and halftime. Nick and me and RD. So I got a chance to see Ryan Williams up close and personal. He's a sensational wide receiver. Let me show you my scouting report on this 17-year-old, why he's so special. Now listen, Ryan has incredible ball skills, ridiculous body control, and he has suddenness too. Let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Now right here, he's going to run a skinny post. He's doing it against Malachi Starks, Georgia's best defensive player. He runs it perfectly, steps on his heels, snaps it off. He's open right now, but hey, Malachi is the first-team All-American. He recovers, but look at the concentration. Watch how he sees Malachi, plants that right foot, sees another defender, plants the right foot again, makes him miss, and then goes up the field. Man, he is incredible. This is the game-winning touchdown against Georgia last week. It's going to be a little fade stop. Jalen throws the ball up. Watch this ridiculous body control while catching the ball. He contorts his body to do a 360, stays about, sees 2 defenders, has them running to each other as he does another 360, hits the gas, game-winning touchdown. And guys, this is why he's so sudden. A little hitch route, 6 to 7 yards, stop, throw the ball, catch it, boom. Catches the ball, boom. He's sudden. Pops the clutch. From 0 to 60 like a GTR, no one's going to catch this young man. I tell you, I'm so glad we got to stay for that game and see him in person. Man, he's electrifying.
You know what's great about college football? We came into this year, we're those kind of players.
Yeah.
That's what's great. It's like a wave goes to the NFL.
100%.
Here comes Jeremiah Smith. Here comes Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
That's what's so great about the first month. Nick beat these guys the last 3 times 148-3.
Wow.
And they just came off that emotional win. And this is not the same Vandy as Pat just talked about. It is a challenge for them. And this quarterback, as we've watched all year, Diego Pavia, he's a difficult guy to prepare for. So this is a challenge for Alabama this week.
I think 2 things Alabama has to be concerned about. First of all, Vanderbilt runs a lot of option-style football, which, amazingly enough, players don't get to play much against that style of football, so it's a really difficult preparation. And Alabama's secondary got exposed last week in the second half of this game, giving a lot of big plays, giving up a lot of big plays. So they need to be concerned about those 2 things, and I think they'll do fine. But the one thing I wanted to comment about Ryan Williams is this guy gets to top speed out of a break as fast as any human being alive, man. And that, you talk about sudden, that is one of the things that I think makes a great player. How fast can you get the top speed out of a break? And he does it as fast as anyone ever has.
Des, what did he do? He jumped up, caught it, 180.
Did a
stays inbounds.
Crazy. Stays inbounds.
Cuts on a dime.
See 2 defenders. He does another 360.
He made those 2 defenders who are high-level SEC guys look like villains in a Three Stooges short.
Oh,
Just ran into each other and went to score.
To win the game.
To win the game. In a couple of weeks, we're going to see them against Tennessee. Tennessee can also do some things like that, but the Vols have a challenge in Arkansas. You know, the Hogs haven't beaten a top 5 opponent at home since they beat Tennessee in 1999 to stop the Vols from having a chance to repeat. Now, this is what Josh Heupel's team has in front of them. Florida's down, and then Alabama in back-to-back home games after this one. So Tennessee has a challenge tonight in Arkansas.
It's it's the 3rd time tonight. Will be the 3rd time I've actually called a Tennessee game, and I have a pretty good handle on what they're doing defensively. If you've not watched them play, I'm excited to see when the competition gets tougher. Their line of scrimmage, the depth that they have up there. It's really hard to figure out anything that's an Achilles heel because we know about their offense with Josh Heupel. The defense, the concern was the back end because they're young. But I think they're better because they're just inexperienced. They're just much more athletic. But this is the challenge for really any defense, as Coach would tell you. This is Michael Hawkins, a true freshman who came into this game late. And this is what they're dealing with the quarterback that they've got to fend today in Taylor Green. The ability to create and make plays. Gap integrity on that pass rush will be very, very important. And then when he gets out in space, this is the Boise State transfer. Now, again, we're looking at Hawkins, but the transfer, 6'6", he's very elusive, and I'm sure that's something that Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator, has worked on all week, is dealing with this guy. Now here's the look at Taylor Green. Size is different than Hawkins, but he has a lot of mobility and can pull away from people in space. You can see here he makes a lot of people miss, and he's not looking to get down. This guy wants to run. This guy wants to take it into the end zone. So a lot of preparing this week, I'm sure, in Knoxville to respect this guy off schedule and the ability to make throws, not just looking to run to take off and go. You better plaster on the back end because if he does see it open up downfield, he's going to pull it down and then surprise you and throw the football to you. You know, this kind of quarterback for you guys, defensive-minded coach, he'll keep you up all week.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Tennessee's defense. They probably have the best defense in the country, and no one ever talks about it because of their offense. But, you know, Arkansas has played surprisingly well on defense too this year. But, you know, Taylor Green is an outstanding player. But Arkansas has actually kind of blown 2 games by making huge errors at the end of the game, whether it's a turnover, taking a sack when they're in field goal range, or whatever. So they are actually better than people think, and their record shows them to be. And it's going to be a real test for Tennessee.
Only 2 touchdowns they've allowed all year against Hawkins, off schedule, taking off and going.
Right after they replaced the quarterback for Oklahoma. That game, 7:30 tonight on ABC. Before that on ABC, Auburn and Georgia, Deep South's oldest rivalry. All of those streaks the Dogs had in the regular season now come to an end. All they have to focus on now, trying to win a championship, getting back between the hedges, Jen Latta, in front of their most loyal fans.
Good morning, Reese. You know, traditions are interesting, aren't they? Like, how do they happen? How does a thing that happens one time become something that endures year after year? Is it the uniqueness? Is it superstition? Is it obligation? Is it all of those and more? For one Georgia family, their tradition not only connects them to their favorite program, to their favorite team, it connects generations through legacy and loss and love.
I bleed red and black. Always will. My earliest memory of Georgia football would be going to a tailgate and seeing my grandfather with a Georgia Bulldog on his head.
A tradition only becomes so when someone cares enough to carry it on. Michael Wood's family tradition started more than 40 years ago with his grandfather, Georgia football fan Lonnie Woods.
During the 1980 championship season, my grandfather was driving the defensive bus for Irk Russell. And Irk walked up to my granddad and he said, you know, Lonnie, why don't you paint a bulldog on your head? And my grandfather said, why not? And that's where it started.
Lonnie was a proud, bald billboard for the Bulldogs until he passed in 1986. About a decade later, his son, Mike Woods, decided to restart the big dog ritual with his two sons, Michael and Trent, by his side.
It was really cool as a kid because you grow up being proud of your grandparents. And to see my dad having that on his head up, I knew that the tradition started.
I'm gonna help them. Get them, dogs. Sick them.
Mike knew he couldn't be big dog forever. So in 2016, a plan was put in place for his youngest son, Trent, who lived and worked in Athens, to follow.
This is the next one. This is the next one right here.
Dad passed away in 2017, and so Trent took over the role.
For me, Georgia football is my grandfather and my father. Thank God for Georgia football because that's what I get to do with my family.
I loved your dad.
Thank you.
He knew the responsibility of it, and he knew that he wanted to do it right and love people and show UGA his appreciation.
Over the next 7 years, as Georgia began building one of the best programs in the country, Trent became a staple at Sanford Stadium. And at the end of the 2021 season, he was part of something Georgia hadn't done since his grandpa Lonnie was big dog in 1980.
The slipper changes feet, and Georgia is crowned the national champion for the first time in 41 years.
But earlier this year, terrible news.
February of this year, Trent died very suddenly from an infection, natural causes. So young, he was 45 years old.
It pierced our hearts. We're not remotely over it. Mom and I talked right after Trent had passed, and she said, you know what you have to do. And I said, oh, I know. I will do it, and we'll do it right, and we'll carry this on. My dad always told me, son, remember the good times and make new ones. And that's what we're going to do.
On September 7th, 2024, at Georgia's home opener, Michael Woods officially became Big Dog, the fourth.
I followed my dad through that tunnel and saw him encourage people and just love on them. And then I got to watch my brother do it. And today, it's going to be my turn.
It's hard to hear about Trent.
Thank you for carrying on this legend.
I appreciate
It's
that.
very important.
The Woodsmen, they don't really wear their heart on their sleeve. They wear it on their head. And it's a bulldog.
How you doing? You know, I'm not doing good today. I know it's tough. Thank you for carrying on that tradition. Your whole family is a bunch of damn good dogs.
It makes my heart happy. It makes me feel great about our family legacy here at the University of Georgia.
You got this. You got this.
College football is nothing without its traditions and its fans. And Michael admits his dad and his brother were more natural extroverts. This does not come naturally to him. And yet, being Big Dog helps him navigate the grief of his brother's passing, his father's and his grandfather's as well. There is comfort in the familiar. And for Michael, there is nothing more familiar than Big Dog's presence at Georgia games. Reese?
Jen, the connection, I think, is one of the special things about this sport, and it's also exemplified at Tennessee. The Vols starting to wear a helmet sticker with Mountain Strong to call attention to Hurricane Helene damaged billions of dollars of property, dozens of lives lost, East Tennessee and North Carolina. To help people affected by the hurricane, you can donate at redcross.org/ESPN. You can watch special editions of ABC's Good Morning America tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, as they spotlight all of the communities which have been impacted. Now thoughts and prayers are with them in that devastating storm. Most memorable moment in Cal football history is also one of the most memorable ones in the history of the sport. You can't come to Berkeley without talking about the band being on the field, can you? And the coach is in the pit. The head coach of the Bears, Justin Wilcox, will join College Game Day Live. Oh wait, there's a field goal contest. We got to give away $75,000. You got to give it away to this kid, right?
Today could be the day. I've been told that the field goal is actually a little bit uphill. Oh, I don't know the math. One of these Berkeley kids going to have to figure it out. 33 yards might be 40 yards, but this kid played soccer in high school. There's a chance.
You can't see the over $400 billion we invested in our network, but you rely on it every day. You can't see the nearly 2.5 million connected businesses, but they fuel growth. And you can't see the interconnectivity of 28,000 public safety teams, but they protect us. You can't see it, but for 148 years, AT&T has proudly connected Americans.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Lux Cravings Box from Taco Bell? Because an indulgent, beefy 5-layer burrito is luxurious. A crunchy Doritos Locos Taco is opulent. A chicken chalupa supreme piled high with deliciousness, lavish. Chips, nacho cheese sauce, a medium drink. The only thing that's not Lux about it is the price. It's Lux for less. The new $7 Lux Cravings Box, only at Taco Bell.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More.
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price, only at the Home Depot.
Hey, Lexus, show alternate routes.
Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
This is Bidenomics. Bidenomics.
2/3 of registered voters believe the economy is getting worse.
And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
The rising gas prices, food prices, really walloped the black community.
Imagine a mother who's making minimum wage trying to feed children. They're killing us without killing us.
That is called Bidenomics.
Restoration PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
D&B is the place to be, where 5x3 makes a winning spree. $5 drinks, $5 bites, 5 free games so you can play all night. So call your family and text your friend. 5 and 5 means for morning.
Now at Dave & Buster's, enjoy our Power 5 lineup. 5 free games, $5 bites, $5 drinks. Now for a limited time.
College Game Day is brought to you by Geico. Check out College Game Day on social to get more fan cam action.
It's a Friday tradition here in Berkeley. Members of the Rally Committee, town dance and band teams, they get together to get everybody ready for game day. And I would say that their work was quite effective based on what we've had so far this morning. Tremendous welcome. Let's check in on the Home Depot Game Day tailgate built by doers. Chefs Sandra Davis and Jesse Peralta cooking up a little chilled and smoked Rockefeller style oysters. Got some Bay Area po' boy. There's a chili Pat Mac pie. I'm told. So McAfee will have to check that out in a bit. Boston College and Virginia both off to solid starts in conference play. Both won their first ACC game. They'll kick off in about an hour and 23 minutes on the ACC network. See the Who's with their best start since 2019. Also in the ACC today, it's the comeback Kings against collapsing Carolina. The Tar Heels have had a couple of boots to the face in their last two games, hour 22 minutes. They'll kick off against a Pittsburgh team that is 4-0 for the first time since the turn of the century. Narduzzi's changed the offense. Now they just keep winning. Let's see if they can do it in Chapel Hill today. And now it's time to see if we can give away some of McAfee's money.
Reese, I'll tell you what, the sun is shining on this beautiful city of Berkeley, California, and we have an opportunity to give away $75,000 to a kid named Daniel Villasenor.
Absolutely.
You're a sophomore, correct?
Yeah.
What is your major?
Civil engineering.
Okay, so what's that mean? What is civil engineering?
I don't really know. They do a lot of construction, a lot of designs of structures and buildings and bridges around.
Okay, so you're much smarter than me and Herbie will ever be. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When? Were you a soccer player?
Soccer player, yeah.
Okay, how were you at kicking soccer balls? Pretty good?
I was okay. I was good.
Have you ever said anything negative about football kickers?
Maybe once or twice.
Daniel! Damn, Daniel! We don't need that out here in beautiful Cal. We're supposed to be positive. How about this? You make a field goal here from 33 yards uphill. You're the civil engineer. You'd have to tell me. I think it's about a 40-yard kick. If you're able to do that, we will give you $75,000.
All right.
Now,
have you ever kicked a football or just a soccer ball?
I've kicked a football before.
Whoa.
Have you ever kicked it that far?
No.
But today's the day.
Today's the day.
Let's go, Daniel. Good luck out there. Give me a C. Give me an A. Give me an L. What's Expo? Who are we? Who's the best? Who's gonna win? That's awesome. There's so many chants. I hope you make a kick. I hope this place goes crazy. 75 reps.
You've done your homework on all these.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Daniel. He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time?
Hey, a shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces. What time did you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
11:40 last night. You just been hanging out here all morning?
Where were you at 11? What was the scene like at 11:40?
It was packed. Everyone was lined up behind trying to get into the grass, and it was crazy. A lot of fun.
Really?
Okay, let's make this a memorable morning. Hit this field goal, Daniel. Let's win 75 grand.
I don't see it happen.
Kurt's a hater. Let's do this thing. Come on, Daniel.
I think it's the shoes. I'm nervous.
Yeah, mate.
Bro, I don't know.
Daniel.
You need a lot of power. You need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. Wait a second.
Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do one more shot.
One more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. Let's go, Daniel. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort.
Let's go, Daniel.
Right here. We're right here. You want to sign up here or you want it over there?
I might have got bamboozled here. These kids got big brains. This kid's building a bridge. He might have hustled me, Steve.
Mike.
With the campanile in the backdrop.
Come on, dude. Come on, you got this.
In Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh! Proud of you, buddy. Hell yeah.
Great job.
Damn, Daniel.
$11.40 he was there.
I know. 600,000 to hurricane relief. 100,000 to Daniel. What a morning in Berkeley. Way to go, Daniel.
Just when you think something else can't happen, it just did. Look, this place has a championship pedigree. They've won national championships. They've got people in the College Football Hall of Fame. But you just saw a kid make a field goal for $100,000 and $600 for hurricane relief. So you know that no matter how good they are, Berkeley embraces living in the weird. Think about Wrong Way Roy Riegels. He was a Cal player in the Rose Bowl, picked up a fumble, ran the wrong way. One of the biggest gaffes in the history of sports, and that's not even the weirdest thing that's ever happened with Cal football.
All right, here we go with the kickoff. Harmon will probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rodgers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield.
I'm like, what the hell's going on? Game over here, right?
The ball is still loose as they get it to Rodgers. They give it back now to the 30.
I run right at the white jersey that I think is supposed to be on the field. Then I lateral the ball to Moret.
I'm in a perfect position for Moret over the shoulder, and here came the ball floating down. And, look up, and there's a band.
Oh, the band is out on the field!
We're running like crazy, trying to get to midfield.
I wanted to be at the front of the pack, and I was wearing this cone head. Oh no, the play is not over. And so I turned around to get off the field myself.
I have no clue what is happening, but I'm getting out of here before I get hurt.
The next thing that I see is Kevin Moen running the other way. This can't be good.
The Bears have scored!
I was jumping up with celebration.
I'm just ducking, cowering to get out of the way.
As I got to the apex of my leap,
I see this Cal player.
There was Gary, and boom.
I shielded the horn when I went down, and it was a super bad time to be me.
The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football.
Apologies to my good friend Rod Gilmore for showing that again, but the Sturdy Golden Bears have some history. They've won 5 national championships and 3 straight. Back in the old days, in the 20s, they were a standard of West Coast football. 5 former Bear quarterbacks have started in the Super Bowl. Saw Vince Ferragamo, there's Aaron Rodgers, and of course Jared Goff, who's playing well for the Detroit Lions these days. In 2004, they lost in the Holiday Bowl to Texas Tech. That's still a thorn in their side, and Aaron Rodgers, because Texas hopped them and got into the Rose Bowl that year. And they've beaten Stanford 3 straight times, and that's why they don't want you to wear a red tie around this place. 3 straight under the guidance of Justin Wilcox, who's turned this program into a solid winner and now ready to try to take the next step as they embark on their ACC lives. You see, with multiple AP top 10 wins, Pappy Waldorf, Mike White, and Justin Wilcox, along with Ray Wilsley, the guy who can have a couple of them. And tonight, if the Bears could win, it could be that Wilcox moves into number 3 right here.
My name is kicker.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Your kicker is from Pittsburgh, and he loves McAfee. Ryan Cole.
He does.
Number 40.
Yeah.
Are you going to suggest that he switch to Vans tonight after what Daniel did?
My man Daniel with the checkered Vans, borrowed those Jeff Spicoli at Ridgemont High, man. Split it 33 yards, man.
That's clutch.
That's my man, Daniel.
That was awesome. What a moment. Maybe think about a scholarship. Pittsburgh kid's a dog, obviously, but Daniel, I think, has been since 11:30, hasn't slept, has midterms, civil engineer, shows up in a massive moment. Cal's beautiful.
Hey, performance under pressure, man. Performance under pressure.
How about this scene? I'll be honest with you. When I found out we were going Miami Cal,
Yeah. Hey, smart kids love football too.
Yeah, smart kids do love football. Damn. What a showing. All right, we got some plays here.
Yeah.
We want to talk about your defense and what they're doing. Your defense right now, 10 interceptions on the year, playing great football. What stands out about this down at Auburn?
Hey, this is day one install. Just a weak rotation, 3 deep. Noel Williams, our right corner, playing really good football for us. Earlier in the game, it got beat on this exact route, little stutter move, and comes back with great anticipation, outside release, pins the guy on the sideline. My man Noel, really, really solid technique, and then high point in the football.
Let me ask you something, because I see this in college corners a lot. What makes him turn his head and find the ball?
He's in phase.
A lot of guys don't find the football.
He's in phase, okay? Once you're in phase, now we have a chance to go play the football. Noel's in total control of the route right here. Goes up and high points it. Just an excellent job technique-wise by Noel Williams.
You know, the big thing he does is he gives the quarterback no room to throw the ball because he pins the guy to the sidelines. And what people don't realize, the number one intercepted ball is the 9 route, the takeoff, which is great position and great.
Good job, Noel. That was sweet.
Big time play by Noel. He's playing great football for us.
Okay, let's get to this next one here. It's a little tighter copy.
Yeah, it starts right here. 6 technique, winning on a tight end. Just over man free. Starts right there at 6 technique, and then the 2 eye. Splitting the double. This is Sheck Fall.
Sheck Fall right there.
Aiden Kiana Ina. Okay, these are the 2 wins. These are the 2 wins that get the whole thing started.
Exactly, because he's going to redirect the running back.
There it is. And then here's a veteran player. Okay, second man in, Teddy Buchanan.
Love that kid.
Veteran player. Second man in, and he's going to attack the football. All right? Really, really nice job here at 6 technique.
Yeah, hell of a job by the defensive end.
Yep, splitting the double right here, 47.
Splitting this double team.
That's
right?
it.
Look at that. Boom.
Yep, nothing fancy about the defense. It's all execution. And then the ball's out.
Guys just doing their job.
By the way, how about this?
Yeah. And then Winston, where's Winston at? He's going to come and get the ball. Where's number 2? Where's he?
Craig's always around the ball. He's been around the ball his whole career, 6-year guy, and a really excellent play by Teddy Buchanan. Craig's been on the spot since he's been here. Big time play.
We got one more, Coach.
You and I are the only 2 defensive guys here. All the rest of these guys are
looking at the quarterback.
Honestly, you see a lot of this in the NFL. Real quick, last and third down. You walk these guys up.
Yeah, we're trying to get a man protection, showing one thing, doing another, showing single safety, capping all the receivers. Pretty good disguise here. Looks like man free or 3 deep. Rolling to just a good old form of Tampa 2 with different people doing different jobs. And then our 4th rusher here, Kedu Luave. So we were able to break the pocket with Ryan McCullough, get a man protection, make an up and under moon flush rush, and then we got one of our fastest guys in the front 7 to chase the quarterback down.
All kidding aside, imagine trying to be that guy
or that guy.
And these guys on 3rd down and 11.
Well, I think about being this guy trying to watch him.
Watch him.
Yep.
Look at him.
Really nice job by Cade. Balls out. Yep.
Oh, man.
It all starts with the disguise and the protection.
Yeah.
All starts with the disguise and the protection.
Unbelievable.
3rd down win.
Two of the 3 plays I'm using later on.
There you go. We just covered it.
From the coach.
and not only that, we just set a television record for the most pointers in one place.
That's a lot of pointers.
Hey, Cal Berkeley, baby. A lot of teaching.
A lot of teaching, a lot of pointers. I have no pointer envy here, though, for sure.
Coach, everybody's talking about realignment. Cal and the ACC. You're living it now. What's the experience been like? Not just for you, but the players, just a whole day.
Yeah, the players love it. I mean, even the road games. We spend 2 days together. It's phenomenal. You know, it's a great opportunity to be on a different coast. The exposure is different. There's more people watching these guys play, and that's a great thing. So it's been great for us. We got some new people coming into our stadium, which is a lot of fun, and we're glad to be a part of it.
That's awesome.
You know, you played against Cam Ward before when he was at Washington State. I kind of watched those games. You had him confused at times. What is the key to, controlling this guy somewhat today?
Yeah, he's a big-time player. I think we all know that. He's in the Heisman race for a reason. Last year, we were able to get some pressure on him, okay? And it'll be harder tonight. It's more of a challenge. He's a phenomenal player. He can improvise. He can do things on rhythm. He can do things off rhythm and improvise. So it's going to take team defense, pushing the pocket, breaking the pocket, and chasing him down once he breaks the pocket.
Do you think you can get some of these people to help you rattle him a little bit and get us a little noise going here?
We could build some sort of algorithm, I'm sure.
The only lines they're doing here is code, they say. It's midterms week. I don't know if I believe that, but Des and I were talking about ought. this guy's just a
Yeah.
absolute weapon for you.
Yeah.
And then you got the two-headed monster in the backfield. That does feel good as a defensive guy that your run game can take over a game as well.
Jade's a big-time player. He's been really productive for us the last few years and coming off a little bit of an early season injury and is hitting full stride. And when he's at full stride, obviously our offense goes. And it's great to have him back. We got a couple other guys that are producing big plays, and our man Fernando Mendoza, man of the ship.
Yep. Can't wait to see the game tonight, Justin. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you guys. Go Bears.
Head coach Justin Wilcox. Jess.
Reese, so Cal's starting quarterback Fernando Mendoza decided to use some of his NIL money to start a sports marketing agency called Spread Coast. The first thing they did was they partnered with a local restaurant called La Burrita, and they created the Mendoza Burrito. Now, all of the proceeds from this delicious-looking burrito go directly to the National MS Society in support of his inspiration and his mom, Elsa Mendoza, who lives with MS and partial paralysis. Now, they've already raised $5,000 for MS research and generated over $25,000 in revenue. Now, I keep on talking about burritos in front of a lot of hungry college kids, so I'm going to pass these out. Yeah, Reese, but it's really good to see kids using their NIL money for good. Okay, wow, back to you.
All right, Jess. Wheels up. Make
Sharing
sure
is caring.
celebrity guest picker gets here each and every week. It'll be Marshawn Lynch on a great morning from Berkeley.
All right, we're done.
We're not done.
You need more boxes.
Fast.
I can fix that fast.
Fast fixes with Phelps.
That's why you're the GOAT.
Mr. Swimming.
Human dolphin.
Or Michael.
Deliver at the speed you need.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the all-new Double Sonic Smasher and at a half-price drink in the app.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy, trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
This is more than a machine. This is a show-stealing, saves-the-day, life-of-the-party, rebel with a cause. Whether it's work or fun or both, this is your game changer. To build the world you want to play in. Bobcat, one tough animal.
Consumer Cellular is lowering the price for those 50 and up. Get 2 unlimited lines for $30 each. That's just $60 a month. So switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage satisfaction. Visit consumercellular.com today.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just where to find them. Because this is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to StockX, your favorite app to shop sneakers and streetwear. From the greatest rails to the latest trends, everything you need is here. Our real-time marketplace gives you access to the hottest brands, allowing you to easily level up your style in just a few taps. Plus, you can trust that every order is StockX verified, backed up by our buyer promise. See what millions already know. Shop now at StockX.com.
I'm going to give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances.
Well, let's do it.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Probably just Netflix and Spotify.
All right, it's saying you have 13 subscriptions, which is costing you around $270 a month.
What? The app is telling you all of this?
It shows you all your expenses in one place, and it can even help you create a budget, which I think you need.
Coming for me, but okay.
Don't worry about those 13 subscriptions you didn't know you had. You can cancel the ones you don't want right through the app, and it can even help you try and get a refund.
If itty-bitty value meals from other places could talk, they'd talk like this.
If Arby's $7 double meats meal could talk, it'd talk like me. Arby's, we have the meats.
McAfee just showed me that fans are trending. You got to take the field goal.
It's been a great morning.
Hey, we're coming to the top of the hour.
Yes, he is. The authority logged out in Berkeley. Pete Thamel flown at 30,000 feet the last 2 days, I've heard.
The legend will be our celebrity guest picker, Marshawn Lynch.
No. Let's stay away from the political world forever.
This protest inhaled briskly. He thought it was a study group. Midterms are coming, as Pat has told us. Dr. Ryder, good job by Dr. Ryder giving extra credit. Oh, look at Pete now.
Pete Thamel signing autographs all day, every day. That's what the authority does. That's Pete Thamel football.
Well, let's see how happy they are tonight, because they're going to have to deal with Miami and Cam Ward. One coach who has faced Cam Ward this year said it's special how calm he stays in the pocket, how he knows where everyone is, how he works the seams in the coverage, how he delivers the ball accurately is special. That word again. But there was a time not too long ago when hardly any coaches thought Cam Ward was special. As Andrea Adelson tells us, the prize of the transfer portal, the star quarterback of the Canes, once had no stars by his name.
Cameron Ward, he's an elite level passer, one of the best in college football.
Cam Ward's feeling really good.
This is really big news for Miami and the ACC.
If I was to go back, do this whole journey over again, I would. It's been difficult, but it's also been good.
Cam Ward was not supposed to be here, leading an undefeated Power 4 team with national championship aspirations. At least, that's what he was told out of high school in Texas, where he received one scholarship offer to FCS Incarnate Word.
I knew as soon as I get on the field, I can let the play do the talking. One offer can change your life. It changed mine.
Ward put up monster numbers at Incarnate Word in 2 years, throwing for 6,908 yards, while leading the school to a conference title in 2021. Deciding it was time to play on the FBS level, he transferred to Washington State in 2022.
Ward lets it rip. Touchdown! Just like that!
I think I proved that I could play at the Power 5 level. I didn't prove, at least to myself, what I really wanted to do, and that was being, a winning quarterback.
At Wazoo, Ward threw for nearly 7,000 yards, but went just 12-13 in 2 seasons. He initially went into the transfer portal, but then opted to enter the 2024 NFL Draft, where he says he received a draft grade that would land him on day 2 or 3.
I took it personal. I tell myself every day that I'm the shit. So I wake up and I tell myself I'm the best player in the country every day, and I really stand by that. I would say physically, I was ready for that next step to make it to the NFL. But at the end of the day, I truly did want to come back to play college football just because I haven't won.
Ward had visited Miami when he was weighing whether to transfer or go to the NFL.
We just made the decision that, it's really not over until he's got an NFL logo on and in a camp and doing something with an NFL team. So we just turned it up more. And then one afternoon, as we're getting close to reporting for school, there comes that FaceTime. Cam Ward, he says, I want to be a Miami Hurricane. He just elevated the confidence, the faith of the rest of those guys in that locker room.
Very vocal from day one. Cam came in here demanding stuff, and we kind of just went with him.
Ward has made what should have been routine plays look extraordinary, wowing not only fans across the country, but his own coaches and teammates.
The stuff that you do, I don't believe, I'd be like, he just really did that. And I'd be on the field, I'd be blocking my man, and he's still running around the backfield, so I just stopped and I just be looking at him.
That was an unbelievable play by Cam Ward.
USF game, he flipped it back, that was ridiculous.
Escaping his Ward, somehow shovels it off. Wow.
He plays with what he calls a controlled aggression, never forgetting how far he's come to get to this moment.
I do play with a lot of hate in my heart just because of what I had to go through since high school, recruiting-wise, knowing I was better than a lot of other quarterbacks out here.
Ward drifting back, floats it complete and into the end zone.
Why are you not afraid to say out loud, I'm the best player in the country?
I'm just a big person on speaking into existence. And it's just also, how I was raised to be confident in yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, nobody's going to be confident in you. I'm the quarterback of the University of Miami, one of the best football teams in the country right now. I wouldn't trade this position for nothing.
He has been the missing piece for sure, and the numbers speak for themselves. They've been awesome. But Kirk, what he does when you break it down is really where he shines.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think he plays within the confines, obviously, really well. But I think his coach and I have talked about it's that next step and that really is unique. It kind of separates him. This is against USF coach earlier in the season. He sees that blitz up top, right?
Yeah, well, here's the thing I like about Cam Ward. We didn't even show his great throws on this film. All right, this shows his command as a player. All right, he's kind of baiting the defense, makes them show what they're doing. Then he has enough command in the offense to redirect the protection on 3rd down and 13, so he protects himself. And now you're going to see him read left to right, hit the guy over the middle for a first down on 3rd and 13.
Yeah,
most quarterbacks can't take charge and control the protection, make the reads, make the throws. He can do it all.
I love how he saw that hard count. The linebacker came up. He recognized it, gets up, checks the line, able to take care of himself, and then makes the play. Here we go again. You always got to worry about him recognizing things late.
Well, he's got great instincts. I think this is the best play that shows the instincts. They're running a little mesh route here where they're running crossers, but he feels pressure. This is like a no-look pass by a point guard in basketball. Watch him. He's reading down the field. He gets pressure. He finds a check down, throws it, converts 3rd down and 6. I mean, that's great instincts to know exactly where all of his players are.
Now, here you get trips up top. You got a single receiver down here. 3rd down. Once again, he recognizes right away what he has to do.
Poor pass rush lanes. He sees it. He can beat you with his feet and his legs. So now he's going to run and make a first down here by scrambling.
How often do you see a quarterback, sometimes they want to get out early, sometimes they stay too long. Here's a guy that has the ability to get out, but I love how he sees, okay, it's 3rd down. He knows his situational awareness. He knows exactly, look, he doesn't hesitate. He quickly picks up that first down.
And I think one of the things that a lot of athletic quarterbacks do is they don't step up in the pocket. They think they can run around people and extend plays. This is really a key to it, is when you step up in the pocket, you put pressure on the defense. He can still throw the ball down the field, or he can take off running.
And Restrepo right here, good effort. Love to see those receivers. When he takes off, they're involved in getting involved in the blocking to help their quarterback out. All right, we got one more. Sorry about this. This is last year when they Washington State at Cal. This is his strength. This guy's 225 pounds. It's not like he's a lightweight.
Hard to sack. But this is the other key ingredient to being a great player, is he gets away from the rush, keeps his eyes downfield, and he's going to make another conversion because they can't get him on the ground. So now, one hand on the ball is the one thing I don't like. One thing he needs to improve on is not turning the ball over. But this is an outstanding quarterback who has command, who has instincts, who has running ability, and there you see he's tough to sack because of his ability to scramble and throw.
Yeah, it's one thing to get to him. It's another thing to bring him down. We mentioned 225 pounds. He's talked about having hate in his heart. It's part of his journey. You don't hear that often from quarterbacks. And I'll say this, Miami hasn't had a quarterback since Ken Dorsey, a guy that can win a championship. This is a big opportunity on the road tonight, obviously, here at Cal.
And Kirk, the last time he saw the Bears defense, he did put it on the ground 3 times, committed 4 turnovers. It's something Justin Wilcox's team will try to do. Hey, Thamel, is that one of the things the NFL guys are concerned about with Cam Ward?
Absolutely, Reese. We're in an unusual year for QB1 in the NFL draft. As we sit at almost the halfway point of this season, there's an unusual air of ambiguity hanging over who will be QB1. One GM told me this week it's a strange year. So we pulled 20 NFL scouts and executives this week that study the college space. We got 5 different quarterbacks as an answer for QB1. Shedeur Sanders got 9 votes, Carson Beck 5, Jalen Milroe 4, and both Ward and Quinn Ewers got 1 vote each. You can tell Ward is rising in the eyes of the scouts. One scout told me, I'm not ready to say Cam Ward, but I want to say Cam Ward. What's certain, Reese, is no player has helped himself more at the quarterback position this year than Ward. When he declared for the draft, as Andrea mentioned in the feature, for about a week, he was considered a 4th or 5th round pick. He's now asserted himself in that first round conversation, and he has another showcase tonight against Justin Wilcox's pass defense, which is one of the top in the country, to again prove himself to the scouts.
Pete, that's right. Cal with 10 interceptions lead the nation. You know, Florida State was also after Cam Ward for a while, ended up going with DJ Uiagalelei. There was a lot of things going on, as Adrian talked about. And tonight, the Seminoles, whose only win, but the only win's against the Bears. They will take on Clemson tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Missed a couple kicks. There's a lot to that.
Well, they also didn't score when they got in the red zone. But, wait, doesn't your friend Bill Belichick say you are what your record says you are?
Absolutely.
Clemson and Florida State tonight. Now, Florida State, the question becomes for the Seminoles now. DJ Uiagalelei's hurt. Looks like Brock Glenn's going to be the quarterback. And, Nick, people talk about this concept of losing a team when you things start to go sideways.
Well, I think you have a greater chance to lose your team when you're transactional as a leader, which is the way I was until 1998. In other words, everything was about winning or losing. And when we won, I patted people on the back. But when we didn't win, I was probably too harsh, didn't use it as a teaching moment. And negative experiences without teaching kills morale. In 1998, we were going to play Ohio State. They were number 1 in the country. We were 4-5 at Michigan State. They were getting ready to fire me at Michigan State. And I don't think we can win the game. So I said, what's my approach going to be? So I had to change into being a transformational leader. Somebody who was somebody that players could emulate, cared about the players for their benefit, not my benefit. Had a vision for what we would accomplish and how we were going to do it, and had value-based principles that were going to help them be successful in life. And play one play at a time. Everything's about process. Nothing's about outcomes. And we became a different kind of team. We actually won that game. It turned around. And, my coaching career actually changed 360 during that time as well. I didn't have a great record before that game. Had a much better record after that game.
You think?
So
look at the difference in the record right there.
Look at that. Yeah. It's cool for you to basically say you were that guy.
I was that guy.
And I do want to say this, too. You're not necessarily saying that Mike Norvell is that guy. You're saying that if you are going to save a team, you have to become a transformational leader instead of a transactional leader when things go badly.
But I guess the point I want to make, too, is everything's transactional in college football right now.
Correct.
People get in the portal. Why do they get in the portal? They want more playing time or they want more money. And so those things are both transactional. But transformational means you have passion and there's something that you want to accomplish and you want to do and you're trying to create value for your future. So you're not worried about the immediate self-gratification you're going to get from those things. So what is your passion when things don't go well and the team goes bad? That's what I think is happening some in college football. Everything's based on transaction, not transformation.
Man, if you're a college football coach or just a fan, that's really well said. And I think if you turn it to Mike Norvell, what he's facing, we were just with him a few weeks ago, Des, and it was, they're coming off, they got ripped off last year. They're going to be a team now that's on a mission, and they lose to Georgia Tech, kind of got smacked in the face, and we were interested to see how they respond, lose to BC. And I think that's when things really became was a challenge for Mike Norvell to keep it together. They're 1-4 right now. They go to Clemson. Mm-hmm. Or Clemson, is a team right now. You got Duke, you got Miami, you got Florida coming up. I mean, if they don't somehow find somebody, Jordan Travis was the guy. Right. Talk about transformational. Yeah. He was the guy that changed this program and its direction for Mike Norvell. He's no longer there. It's one thing to try to beat Clemson. It's another thing to just try to prevent this from being a 2 or 3-win season right now.
Yeah, Clemson trying to reassert its dominance in the ACC tonight. I'm sure they won't have a lot of sympathy for them. You've got an ACC game on the board, Steve.
Yeah, Coach Corso special. You mentioned Georgia Tech, Herbie. Last time out there against Louisville, that didn't look great. But now they're giving 9 to an undefeated Duke team. Wow. I don't understand that. Somebody knows something that I don't know. We're taking Georgia Tech.
I thought it was Are you going with this? That must be a product of the algorithm.
Updated.
We'll see Superdogs coming up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Steve's been hot, though. One more pick on the board to make before we finish up. HBCU slate. We got Virginia State taking on Johnson C. Smith. Johnson C. Smith, they're off to their best start since 1969.
Yeah, Romello Williams, man, from Virginia State. Last week had 231 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns versus Fayetteville State. And Darius Ocean, man, this season's been lighting it up through the air to 1,226 yards passing, 10 touchdowns. This should be this might be a shootout.
That game's at 2 o'clock Eastern time, and it is homecoming. The greater Montgomery, Alabama area, the Hornets of Alabama State against FAMU. FAMU, the reigning HBCU national champion.
Yeah, FAMU's like, this is disrespectful letting us come in here during homecoming. Daniel Richardson, 0 pass touchdowns, 1 interception in the last 2 games. But the first 2 games, 6 touchdown passes and no interceptions. So we'll see if he can get back on track. And you have the running back duo of Kinsey and Holesclaw, 467 yards combined.
That game's on ESPN+. Winston-Salem and Virginia Union. Winston-Salem hasn't had a winning season since 2018, but off to a 4-1 start.
Yeah, Winston-Salem, we got Dalen Lee, 188 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, and that guy right there, Jada Byers and Curtis Allen, these guys, 430 yards of the team's 503 rush yards this season.
Nick will take us inside the film room. There is a rematch between the jerseys and the helmets of the national championship game last year. We'll talk a little Michigan defense and how the interior helps everybody. Game day goes beast mode. Marshawn Lynch, Cal legend, will be here to be our celebrity guest picker. There's so much more coming up. Don't go anywhere. College Game Day rolls on. But first, I'd like for Dez and Arby's to give us a word.
Arby's has more than just roast beef. And tailgates don't only have to happen here. They can happen here with Arby's snacks and sides. And here with Arby's burgers and fries. The tailgate is wherever you are with Arby's new tailgate meal.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Save money every day with the Fun 99 menu. Treat yourself with the new cream slushes for $1.99 each. Grab a power lunch for under $6 or feed a whole family for under $20. Save how you want with the Sonic $1.99 menu. Live free, eat Sonic.
You've probably seen all these negative ads against me. Well, here's the deal. They are designed to tear us apart. But here's the truth. My life's work has been fighting on behalf of others. It's why I became a prosecutor, district attorney, and attorney general. I took on drug cartels and human traffickers to protect our communities. Look, everyone is tired of the petty, destructive politics. Let's turn the page and chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
Wish I had something natural instead of this synthetic body wash. Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie?
Dr. Squatch Body Wash, for men who prefer natural.
USAA member Sam Elliott, I'm Gronk, your new roommate.
Roommate?
I can't join USAA, but I could live in your house and ride in your truck. Both USAA insured.
USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
Why did we choose Safelight? We're always working on a project. While loading up our SUV, one extra push and crack. So we scheduled at Safelight.com. We were able to track our technician and knew exactly when he'd arrive. We could keep working. Safelight came to us.
Hi, I'm Kendrick.
With the replacement we could trust. That's service the way we want it.
Schedule free mobile service now at Safelight.com.
Safelight Repair, Safelight Replace.
Look, we've all been there. Your AC decides to quit, turning your home into an unbearable sweatbox, and now you have to deal with it. Hi, I'm Joe. And this is why I invented iFlow, the world's first automatic AC drainline cleaning system to keep your AC going and the cool air flowing. Look, that's a drain pan overflow that damages ceilings and walls, and you're left to pay for it all. Here's why. A thick, slimy, sticky bacteria called Zuglia lives inside your drain pan and drain line, clogging it up and causing your AC to shut down. But don't worry. That's why I invented iFlow. iFlow is a smart, automated device that dispenses our proven bioenzymatic cleaning fluid that actively breaks down the Zuglia and flushes it out of the drain line, helping to prevent those costly clogs. And the best part is, installing iFlow is a breeze. Just stick it on the air handler, connect the iFlow, insert the cleaner cartridge, and you're good to go. And you don't have to be a pro to do it, because there's an iFlow app to help you through it.
For special money-saving deals, visit buyiflow.com.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Save money every day with the Fun 99 menu. Treat yourself with the new cream slushes for $1.99 each. Grab a power lunch for under $6 or feed a whole family for under $20. Save how you want with the Sonic $1.99 menu. Live free, eat Sonic.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Winning's easier when your road game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. Look at the spectacular Bay Area from the San Francisco side. Been a great morning. Flags, signs everywhere. Old Crimson making its appearance as well. Look at the people, signs on the move. Big Ten, ACC. Fernando Mendoza. Social pride for Fernando. Miami native trying to win.
I'll tell you what, the algorithm took over the internet this week, and it's been beautiful.
Really?
It has been beautiful.
That ought to go song. Okay. Mentioned it earlier. Hey, you know what? They're saying Jade not healthier than he's been all season.
That's huge for him
tonight. Yep. A big deal.
We just about that action, boss.
About that. I love that. Love that.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
A bunch of those out there.
There's Old Crimson in the middle there. Old Crimson resting this week. They've got Fresno State next week, but their archenemy certainly has no time to rest, as Washington today will play Michigan. Rematch of sorts of the national championship game, and beautiful setting there, 7:30 Eastern time tonight. Michigan dominated the draft last year, 13 players selected, most of any program, but Washington wasn't far behind, having 10 guys selected. So in this new look Michigan, they are the worst passing offense among power conference teams. They won back-to-back conference games with less than 100 yards passing. Well, Nick breaks down a reason why they have a margin for error with their offense in the film room.
So much is different about Michigan this year, Nick, but one thing that's saying from the national championship team, those defensive tackles, Mason Graham 55, Kenneth Grant 78.
Well, they gave us fits last year in the playoffs, but these two guys create a lot of positive circumstances for Michigan's defense and allow the players around them to make a ton of plays. You're going to see this guy hold the point here. 78's going to use his quickness to olay the guard, basically, and penetrate the backfield for a tackle for a loss. So what does that do? Creates a positive down and distance situation for the defense. Here, again, because they're difficult to run against, you're going to have 4 guys blocking 2, which allows 15 to step up, 30's free, 7's going to be free in the hole. So, again, difficult to run against. What's it create? Positive down and distance situation for the defense. Now, what does that open up for them? So now, if you didn't have 2 really good defensive tackles here, you could not play these ends wide as they are and put so much stress on the offensive tackles. So now you create situations because they can't run that you have to pass on offense, and then you've created a great pass rush situation for yourself on defense, but you could never play these ends this wide if these 2 defensive tackles weren't dominant players. And because you're creating negative down situations for the offense by great plays on defense, now you're creating a lot of third down situations where you can play a lot of exotic type things on defense. So typically, you know, Michigan's going to rush 5 guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the quarterback, that means it's probably going to be some kind of middle of the field coverage. All right, and they're disguising it with 2 deep. All right, so this safety is going to play the back half. This safety is going to play the front half, which means this corner can act like I'm playing a deep third, but he can roll up here and trap the flat, and he baits the quarterback into throwing the ball, and you got to pick 6. Now, it's hard to play this kind of defense unless you've got really good people up front who can stop the run and create the situations for you to play the defense.
I think that cornerback, Will Johnson, might be the best defensive back in the country, but being a defensive back guy, do they have a better friend than tackles who can dominate and help them up like that?
Well, when you create situations that's favorable to the defense, you can play a lot of exotic type things in the back end as well as the front end to create pressure, and those guys are hard to block, and you're creating one-on-one situations for guys that are difficult to block with 2 guys, let alone 1.
Well, Michigan and Washington today, the Huskies have had problems finishing off drives. They lost to Rutgers last week despite outgaining them by 200 yards, not giving up a turnover or a sack. Only the 3rd team this century to do that, and finishing drives against this maize and blue defense, or getting them started for that matter, is a handful as these 2 teams get ready to square off again. Also in the Big Ten today, Iowa goes to Columbus. They haven't won there since 1991. Hawkeyes only lost to Iowa State. And the Buckeyes, it just seems like a little bit of a test against Michigan State, maybe a little bit stronger one against Iowa today.
Big thing here is going to be Iowa's defense. They have a propensity of giving up big plays, which is not like Norm Parker at all. Normally, they play a shell defense. It's hard to get downfield. 11 plays of 20 yards or more through the air. Here comes Ohio State and all that big playability. That could be a problem trying to defend all that speed.
Well, I think what Ohio State's done a great job of is they've been able to run the ball, but they've been able to throw advantage throws. And it looks like the quarterback is playing great because of his quarterback rating. But a lot of it is catch and throw. They throw a ball out in the flat, and a guy runs for 70 yards because they have great skill guys, and they make you tackle people in space and get the ball on the perimeter. So that's going to be the real key for Iowa.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they're going to have to get the tackle guys out in space. Listen, Ohio State right now, you're talking about a $20 million roster. You know, it's like a 3-game season. Oregon next week. They travel to Penn State, and Penn State, their offense now is looking really, really good. And then obviously, end of the season, they host Michigan. This game right now is like a formality to get to next week's game against Oregon. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, you could certainly look at it that way. If you talk about that Michigan team, I know we're talking about Iowa, Ohio State, that Will Johnson coming back is a massive ordeal for that Michigan team. I think if they're going to continue to play the way that they play, and I just want to make everybody at home understand, that sun still is throwing its fastball. I mean, it is hot as hell here, and we got thousands of Cal Bear students standing out here since 11:30 p.m. last night. And I think all they want to say is, roll on you. That's beautiful.
Oh, they're doing it.
Roll. This sun was starting to cook me up here.
Need a little juice?
I was starting to fall off, but these fans have brought us back to life, and that's because you know it. You tell the story. You tell the whole damn world. Nobody wants to play here, buddy. Nobody wants to play here. With what's floating through the air, you laugh a little bit more, you eat a little bit more, you get a little bit softer. You talk Iowa, you talk Ohio State, you talk about the sun coming back. It's great.
Mario Cristobal did not appear to be scared.
At all. He had his hand right in their faces.
He was like,
Mario Cristobal said, bunch of punks. Yeah. That's what he said.
An octagon.
Hey, how do you like this Bill Parker Chip Kelly matchup?
You talked about Iowa's defense, but their offense. I mean, Cade McNamara's played against the two Power 4 defenses he's gone against. He hasn't thrown for 100 yards. Ohio State's going to score. I worry about Iowa scoring enough. I'll take the Buckeyes.
This guy's from Stanford. He knows the right answer. Please. The guy's batting 1,000 this year, pretty much.
I mean,
so many fingers.
So many. Everybody's number one.
The same one.
Yeah, exactly. They are great. I appreciate the effort.
It's kind of the same finger, just different people showing it. Thamel, what do you got for a check down, bud?
Well, we'll start with Bear territory here. We've got Jaden Ott, 100% for the first time this season. He's been overcoming that sprained knee. We have the developing situation in College Station, Reese. Connor Wegman taking first-team snaps from center in warm-ups. The latest info I got there is that it's the true definition of a game-time decision. For Ole Miss, running back Henry Parrish is also a game-time decision in Columbia. He'll warm up and see if he can give it a go. And finally, in State College, no Ethan Garbers for UCLA today. Justin Martin in his 5 career passes taking the first-team warm-up reps.
All right, Pete. Keep an eye on that. We had Luther Burden join us live on the show earlier. That one's coming up at noon Eastern time on ABC. SMU and Louisville, Tyler Shuck. That's a really good game in the Atlantic Coast Conference. BC and Virginia, Thomas Castellanos appears to be back for Bill O'Brien, and Eli Holstein, signed by Nick Saban at Alabama. What a job he has done for the Pitt Panthers on ESPN2 against the reeling Tar Heels. Still to come on Game Day. X and O factors. This crowd's going to be a factor tonight. There's no question about that.
So's the sun all day. It is so hot.
Night game, 7:30. Some of us will be in the booth for that one tonight.
Baby.
It'll be fun, and Marshawn Lynch comes around to be our celebrity guest picker, but Jess Sims is here to bring us sustenance.
Guys, this is Taste Buds Barbecue, and this is a mother-son ownership duo, and the son works at Gameday. This is JP right here on our video team.
All right, man. Looking
Pat,
good.
I know you're going for that, but there's this is called the Pat Mac Pot. It's literally named after you, so you got to try that.
Wow. Give that a hit.
Coach Saban, all those national championships.
Dad's always
Oh, yeah.
treats.
Des, guava cake and Kahlua chocolate
Gotta
cake.
get my oyster out of here.
Try this guava cake.
The guava looks
I'm so
incredible.
hungry right now.
Hey, my
And
boss.
shout out to Sandra, she made it.
I think all the pots out here are pretty good.
That looks so good. You can tell by
The new Dunkin' Latte is perfect.
I'll say,
Who is this?
Is that Kristen Wiig?
all we need now is a famous person to explain what the Dunkin' Latte is.
How did you get in here?
That's not important.
This is sweet and very creamy, by the way.
That's because of the coffee milk.
Who is she talking to?
I'll tell you, I'm Chief Beverage Officer here at Dunkin'. We're going with Kristen. See? And she gets free Dunkin' Lattes for life.
We already have a spokesperson. The magical coffee milk cow.
Oh, look at that thing. Does this mean I'm not going to be in the commercial?
Dunkin' Latte! The Dunkin' way to latte.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show 'em who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach!
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts.
Stew, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
If you're feeling out of step with your current big wireless plan, switch to Consumer Cellular. All the dips is the price. Ow, ow, ow. Storm. With plans starting at just $20, it's easy to switch to Consumer Cellular.
I'm not alone on this mountain. I've got friends, teammates, and some doubters too. That's okay. Don't let the world tell you who you are.
Kelsey, what up?
I think I messed up, Hank. I don't think I can walk away from football.
Say less. I got you. Jason Daniel Kelsey, welcome back to football.
This is a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Exactly. Where you watch all the games while stuffing your face with, like, the greatest wings.
So good.
And all the beer.
There we go. Let's go.
See? B-Dubs is football.
It's football.
It's football. Let's go, Sports Ball.
All right, sandworms out of the basement and the furnace has been exercised. Another Progressive home and auto bundle fully protected from the unexpected.
Beetlejuice caused quite a ruckus, huh?
Jamie, don't say his name.
Beetlejuice?
Saying his name 3 times is how you summon him.
Right. What if I say other words in between? Does that restart it?
Don't overthink it.
Or what if I broke it up into 2 parts? Like someone said, what's your favorite bug? Beetle. What's your favorite morning beverage? Juice.
You're welcome.
Beetlejuice in theaters now.
All right, we're done.
We're not done.
You need more boxes.
Fast.
I can fix that fast.
Fast fixes with Phelps.
That's why you're the GOAT.
Mr. Swimming.
Human dolphin.
Or Michael.
Deliver at the speed you need.
First trip to Memorial Glade in Berkeley for College Game Day.
This represents everything that is great with our sport.
How many of these people are here because they didn't get in the state?
We're in Berkeley, California.
Harris protected him.
They want that red tie. This place is going to show off the chain.
Who the house is about to go? College football's a great Party keeps rolling here in Berkeley, Memorial Glade. First time College Game Day has been here as we are less than half an hour away from the start of your college football Saturday. Our Geico fan cam showing DJ Griff and these great fans.
There he is.
We brought that great food up a minute ago. these fans started chanting, "Don't feed Steve, don't feed Steve," because he got the Stanford.
It was awesome.
I thought you were saying something else. This crowd.
Sorry about your conference.
They got some signs out there too.
Nick, take your shirt off. He's only taking his top.
Stop getting carried away.
Yeah.
Come on. Here we go.
Offered without comment in some cases.
Well, I just can't believe this.
Me neither, dude.
It's been awesome.
It is currently 8:34 in the morning out here.
Yeah, man.
The sun is throwing its fastball, and this crowd in the middle of midterms is seemingly sticking around and growing. It's insane.
And they're getting ready for a game, 7:30 local time tonight, 10:30 on the East Coast. And their quarterback is Fernando Mendoza. He grew up a Miami fan. He played at Columbus High School, the same high school that Mario Cristobal played at. His dad and Cristobal were high school teammates. Now, Fernando's recruitment happened before Cristobal took over, but he said the Canes showed him little interest, and certainly he was sad about it, but no grudge. He won't even turn the upside-down U as a sign of respect for his hometown team. You know what they say, the best revenge is living well. And if the Bears could win tonight against Cam Ward and the Canes, that would be living more than well.
Ward steps up, tucks, runs, touchdown Miami.
Cam Ward, man, he's a great player. A really dynamic athlete that can escape the pocket, scramble, and he can make those passes that, a lot of quarterbacks can't make.
With the talent that they have around him. The receivers, best back we saw last year, Damian Martinez is there, and so across the board, they're really good.
After late plays, broken plays, those are a big emphasis for our defense, as Cam Ward is an extremely electric player.
Pass is intercepted, and Cal with its 10th interception of this season. That leads America.
They lead the country in interceptions. They're tops in the ACC in turnover margin.
They do a lot of different stuff good. They're good tacklers, so we're gonna have our hands full with them.
Play Miami football. That's the most important thing. So it's time to go find out.
Let's take a look at the Goodyear road test, and it will be a test for Miami's offense against this Cal defense. 6th in points per drive. They lead the nation in interceptions. They've been ball hawkers. Pretty much that's Justin Wilcox's calling card, is forcing turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. Forcing turnovers is what Wilcox does, and we showcase a lot of it throughout the day, but this Miami offense is tough to stop. They got 5 guys averaging over 40 yards receiving a game. They got Damian Martinez going, I don't want to say bonkers, but 200 yards a game, they're running it. Cam Ward will tuck it and run it all over everybody as well. They seemingly are a machine at this particular point that is unstoppable. If you think you got them on the run, boom, Cam Ward can spin it to one of the 5 weapons. If you think you can cover and leave a light box, they'll pound it. This team, with Mario Cristobal at the helm of it, and he showed up here earlier, came right into enemy territory, stared these people down. He wants to be known as a tough team. They are, but they're also flashy. This Miami team is fun to watch on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you just brought up a great point. They love that. They're going to love this tape. Cam Ward gets all the attention, and quarterbacks typically do when you have a team that's playing well. But I think Pat brings up a really good point about the weapons around him and what this defense, which I think a lot of people naturally can't wait to watch Cal's defense, who Dez is about to show you, and the Miami offense and what they can do. Because I think as much as we talk Cam Ward, to me, the Oregon State transfer, Damian Martinez, is really where, and you go back to Mario Cristobal, he's a line of scrimmage guy. This guy can really get it done, and it's really what he does after contact, 3 yards per carry after contact, which is a great thing to have. I think you have the slot players here. This is Xavier Restrepo, who does a really nice job after the catch. Leads the ACC in receiving. Guys, tonight, when you're booing, keep an eye on number 7, because he's going to be a guy that you're going to want to slow down. This is the big fella. Look how they move him, make the defense adjust, and then slide him down on a rail route. This is a big-time weapon, Elijah Arroyo. 6 receptions already, 20 yards or more on the year. I know Stanford Steve is a big fan of his, and Coach already broke this down in the film room, and with he and I on the side there. This is what you have to worry about. It's one thing to keep him in the pocket, but if he gets out, he could take off and get that first down, or he can find the open receivers, which makes him so difficult to stop. And again, the toughness, the physicality. There's another no-look pass at a critical point, by the way, in this game when Virginia Tech was just starting to look like they might take the lead. So it's a lot of Miami today.
Yeah.
I want to hear about how Justin Wilcox, who's a great defensive mind, is going to stop Cam Ward in this offense.
Well, Justin Wilcox stood over there and pretty much took my tape with those plays. So he explained it to you earlier.
New audience.
Yeah, exactly. But I did speak to the DC, Peter Sermon, and he said that our philosophy is effort and execution. He said under execution comes assignment, alignment, technique, and then being able to finish. And that's the key. When you watch this team, they're always in the right position. They play in sync, and then they're able to finish plays. And when you look at their lineup, their starting lineup, of the 11, 9 of the 11 are seniors. So these guys have played a lot of football together, and they've played a lot of snaps. That's what you see from this Cal defense.
Well, that's very rare anymore in the college game to see guys on one side like that.
Well, I think what's really important in this game is that Miami does not become one-dimensional. Sometimes when you have a great player like Cam Ward, everybody's looking around for him to make all the plays.
Yep.
But to create balance, because the key to the game for Cal is to affect the quarterback. Well, to do that, you got to be able to create the down and distance situations that allow you to rush and disguise in the secondary and do some of the things that Justin showed us on the board over there to confuse the quarterback and affect the quarterback. So that's the key to the drill to me. And Cal has got to be able to stop the run, and Miami needs to try to run it so that they don't become one-dimensional.
And it's always, the turnovers will be big. Cal leads the nation with 10 interceptions. Yeah. Corners, as he showed us over there, do a really good job locating the football.
Cam Ward does not suck.
No,
he doesn't.
You're smart. And turnovers are going to be key to the game.
Yeah,
Cal has shown a propensity to get turnovers, and Cam Ward's got to not do that.
Yeah.
I don't think Cam Ward sucks.
And he's done it a lot against Cal in his 2 games against Washington State. He's done it a lot in his career. It's really the only little thing you could nitpick about with what he's been able to do. It's been terrific. That's going to be the nightcap, ACC After Dark, as it were, but at high noon Eastern time, 11 in College Station, Coach Drink, Mike Elko, head-to-head. Luther Burden joined us earlier, talked about maybe they hadn't played their best yet, and the quarterback thing that Thamel's been following, whether it's Marcel Reed or Connor Wigman.
Well, I think the big thing about this is you don't want to create a quarterback controversy because you have 2 guys that have both done a pretty good job for you and giving you something. So this may be one of those situations where you want to play both guys for Texas A&M.
Yeah,
I think the key to Missouri is they have not finished games. They got ahead of Vanderbilt, let them come back, had to win in overtime. They got ahead of Boston College. They let them come back, and it was a close game in the end. And statistically, Missouri is outstanding on defense. They're outstanding on offense, but they cannot let up in games when they get ahead. They got to finish games because you don't want to lose a game because you let somebody come back and beat you in the end.
They got to score touchdowns in the red zone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really hurt.
That's where Brady Cook and Luther Burden, who, Reese, you mentioned he joined us earlier. It was very impressive. We appreciate him hopping on. But you're right, finishing those drives, they get their opportunities, get the ball to number 3 when in doubt, get that ball in the red zone and find a way to get these guys the football. And I think they'll show up with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They were kind of a charmed team in August. They've kind of worked their way off the radar a bit. I think they show up today and play pretty well on the road.
That game starts in about 24 minutes on ABC, shortly after Marshawn Lynch joined us as our celebrity guest picker. And then SMU and Louisville. Louisville had disappointing day against Notre Dame. Inside 24 minutes before Bashard Smith and the Ponies take on the Card.
How did both these teams respond to last week? Right. That's a big part of that emotional ride in college football. You have a big win, you have a big loss. Louisville's had a great year since Jeff Brom's been there these last couple of years. They've got a quarterback, Tyler Shuck, who's playing good football. They got to bounce back after a loss on the road last week in South Bend.
278 yards a game there for Tyler, and Ja'Cory Brooks is one of his big-time targets. Obviously, a nice transfer portal guy from who?
Alabama.
That kicks off in about 23 minutes. Hey, you guys remember when Lee Corso took a picture when Indiana went ahead of Ohio State?
Yeah, I remember that.
I'd like to ask my wife to get a screenshot of this right now.
Wow. Good for you.
Have the lead for the moment.
In doubt, go to Coach Prime. He'll bring you home.
That's right. Oh, we learned that from Pat. LC's not with us. You got his super dog.
I don't know. Who does he have? Who's
Well, you're about to find out.
Friends, I'm going to go out and get 9 at home. Ole Miss, sweetheart. Give me South Carolina. Give me South Carolina. I like that. By the way, the quarterback is back, which is huge for them. Here's my game. Virginia, this is for you guys. And here's the other thing. Virginia Tech, heartbreaker to Miami, stumbling around to Palo Alto, where it's not like this. It is sleepy. They got a chance. I think Stanford with a backup quarterback can win.
Well, I like South Carolina. I was just so impressed with the way they played against LSU when we were over there for game day. I think they got good rushers. I think they can affect Ole Miss's quarterback. So I really like South Carolina in this one. And Miss Terry thinks South Carolina's going to win. So after her record, I'm going with her.
Yeah, well, the counter algorithm tells me that I need to go with the Duke. Duke against Georgia Tech, going on the road. I think this is going to be closer than the experts think. I need an outright win at this point, though, because I've been getting close, but no outright win.
I'm going to take Cal. No, I'm not. I'm going to take Old Dominion. Big one in the Sun Belt. When you look at what their Old Dominion's off a win, Coastal's off a bye on the teal. Old Dominion plus 5.5.
All right, I need to do something. Okay, I'm in a bad spot. So I saw a Shiano man talking to his team. Ooh. I thought the power of New Jersey. I love Nebraska. I love everything about it. But what Rutgers does could potentially run them out of the game. Give me Rutgers plus 7 over Nebraska. I need it. Something.
I'm going to take Texas Tech, getting 6.5 against Arizona. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, so maybe that 6.5 will get Taj Brooks and the fellas by against Tevin McMillan. Yeah, I know you're rooting for him. You know what you've got going for you with the Stanford thing? Toby Gerhardt, the College Football Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Well, he's being honored. Yeah. A lot of Cardinal legends back there on the farm.
Can we throw him on the field?
See, the farm is a great place, isn't it? The Stanford Farm. Wheels Up gets our guest picker here every week, Marshawn Lynch.
I think you and I need to get more transformational.
Way too transactional.
Figure out a way.
Way too transactional.
Jess, Wheels Up has landed and Marshawn's here, huh? Oh, golf cart.
I can't see you through the fog, Reese. I can't see you. When we announced that we were coming here to Cal, it was unanimous. There was only one person for the job, Marshawn Lynch. How does it feel to be back on campus?
It feels good. You see the love, you know what I'm talking about?
So much love. And I hear you go beast mode, and I hear I think you know how to drive the cart. I'm praying you know how to drive the cart still.
So look, buckle up.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Skittles for everyone. My last day on planet Earth. Okay. Oh, whoa.
And a baby Sean. And a baby Sean.
There we go. Wow.
See you in the Bay Area, it's a little different. You feel me? Where you at, my boy? Yeah.
Do you have a license?
Hell no.
Hell no.
We love to get
Unheard of,
you have a license to make some picks, so the guys are waiting for you. I'm going to get out of this car. See you up there.
Oh, you ain't ready yet?
Oh, he's really trying to go. I don't know how to hit reverse. I'm going to hit someone.
The truth about DIY is you never really do it all by yourself.
Because this setup took 2 videos and a quick demo. You can change your color here. And all of this started here, detoured here, and ended
down here.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was.
I wonder if they do have it.
We do. So whenever you start a project,
don't worry.
You're not alone.
We can do this together.
So what are you working on?
This isn't one of those sad, fits in a petite paper bag kind of value meal. This is Arby's $7 double meats meal. Big boy bags only. Arby's, we have the meats.
Coach Gecko.
Coach G. Laura, Dan. I didn't realize the media would be here.
No, this isn't for work. We're just really big fans.
And we're scouting for our fantasy insurance teams.
Geico has all the top prospects, a 97% satisfaction rating. That's unreal.
Oh my gosh, it's true. True! Smells like insurance.
Suppose Geico does have devoted fans. It's not weird.
Jade, sign my arm.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
She only signs claims checks.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Stay 2 nights and get 8,000 points when you book direct.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. Try the all-new Double Sonic Smasher and at a half-price drink in the app.
You want to live free? He takes the handoff. It's a refurb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
All right, sandworms out of the basement and the furnace has been exercised. Another Progressive home and auto bundle fully protected from the unexpected.
Beetlejuice caused quite a ruckus, huh?
Jamie, don't say his name.
Beetlejuice?
Saying his name 3 times is how you summon him.
Right. What if I say other words in between? Does that restart it?
Don't overthink it.
Or what if I broke it up into 2 parts? Like someone said, what's your favorite bug? Beetle. What's your favorite morning beverage? Juice.
You're welcome.
Beetlejuice in theaters now.
Oh no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. How doers get more done. And in part by Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly.
I'll take one of those.
And what a morning, what a day. It has been in Berkeley this morning. Marshawn Lynch joining us as our celebrity guest picker. We've already had a field goal made by Daniel in Vans for $100,000. Look at the Herb Street celebration. High stepping. Kirk will be checking on his Achilles tendons later today. Pat McAfee giving away $100,000. And we have a new leader for the celebrity guest picker.
I've been hearing this all over the country. There's no place that I can go that I don't hear about Miss Terry beat me in the picker.
The good news is you're only going to see it all year.
Yeah. 72 is a tough record to beat, but Marshawn Lynch is going to try to do so. Saturday selections brought to you by Coors Light. Let's start not too far from here. On the farm, first ACC home game for Stanford against Virginia Tech.
Oh, man, sitting here in Cal with these wonderful fans. Everyone's been so hospitable. I cannot pick Stanford. Let's go Hokies. Let's go Hokies.
I'm Virginia Tech all the way. Steve influences me, not enough.
Marshawn. It's on me.
Yeah, it's on you.
My turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, I ain't feeling that Stanford. That's out. You know what I mean? We're going V-Tech.
Listen, I know they have a farm up there, and there's some great farms here in California, and I think Sean just brought me some gifts from one particular farm, and I'm very thankful for that. But with that being said, I'm never picking the Stanford farm in Berkeley. Give me Virginia Tech.
Well,
you know what farm I'm talking about, I think?
I do.
You can sense it.
I do. I'm here to
smell it.
I'm here to save the graphic. That's why I'm here on the end. Everybody's got Virginia Tech. In Berkeley.
Whoa.
I'm picking Stanford. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm picking Stanford here. And the reason is Virginia Tech's going to be a little flat. They're going to be a little flat after that Miami game.
All right, let's go SMU.
Absolutely.
Coming up.
Absolutely. This is on you. It's on you.
Go to sleep. He's got him in the sleeper.
We're going to put him to sleep.
Somebody's got to stop him.
Rear naked choke after the first pick. That's going to be a good seg.
That was a good look. Anyway, Louisville's offense is really the group that people are talking about, but I like their defense. They're second in total defense in the conference. I think they're going to win a shootout against SMU. I'm going Louisville.
I'm going to stay with Louisville, too. I think they'll bounce back after the Notre Dame game last week, and I think they've got a chance to be in the thick of it in the ACC.
Well, I don't think I'm going to miss that train, and I'm going Louisville, too.
Toot, Louisville.
All the way across the board again.
Here you go.
I got another headlock for you.
SMU leads the nation in creating turnovers with 14.
Yeah.
On the road, SMU at Louisville. I'm here to say again, I'm saving us. I got SMU.
Appreciate you.
That's
a
a
good teammate.
Noon on ESPN. Navy and Air Force.
So Navy is 4-0. Air Force only have one win on the season, but my brother was in the Air Force. I don't want him to put me in the head like Marshawn just did Kirk. I'm going Air Force. I go Falcons.
I gotta go Navy. I coached at Navy. I have an affinity for the Naval Academy. Anytime they're playing another service academy, I'm all for the midshipmen.
Who I got? Oh, yeah, there we go. I got the Air Force.
Okay. USA wins. Navy actually threw for like 225 yards last week, I think. Look out. They're explosive. Give me Navy. Give me America.
Give me America. I'm with you on that. I'm going Blake Horvath, man. This kid is running, getting throwing. I got Navy to win this one. Quarterback's for real.
We'll pick up the pace just a tad. BC and Virginia.
Castellanos is back for BC. I'm going BC.
I'm with you on that one. I think this guy's a fantastic player, and I think will have a huge impact on the game. I'm going BC.
All right, well, puff, pass, and I'm going BC.
Me too.
And again, I'm here just to help out. I'm here not to say much, but I got Virginia.
Passing it back. Pass it back.
You're a man on an island out there. For
this guy's deal.
How about Big 12, Texas Tech, Arizona?
I tell you what, this is a tough pick for me. I think Arizona's going to win this game by a field goal.
I'm for Arizona, man. They were impressive, beating Utah. So I thought Utah was really strong. So I'm all the way with Arizona.
Oh, that's ugly because I got Texas Tech.
Okay. Well, I know you know why you got Texas Tech, and I appreciate that. But give me Arizona after that massive win over Utah, which I didn't think was going to happen. I like it.
Reese says Texas Tech is a super dog, so I'm going to go on the road to Tucson. I'm going Arizona outright to win that one.
All right, let's go. Go Jump Raiders. Here we go now. Let's get it done. All right, how about the rematch of the national championship game, sort of? Michigan and Washington.
Rematch of logos only, and I picked Michigan to win again.
Well, I got to go with Michigan because I don't think that Washington can match up front. Their offensive line is not as big and physical as Michigan, and I think it's going to create some mismatches that are going to affect Will Rogers in a big-time way.
Okay, and I know my little cousin Marcus Peters going to hate me for this, but I'm going Michigan.
Okay. Michigan plays football, I think, how we all appreciate it. They're just grind and pound. I think Orgy has 118 yards passing over the last 2 weeks. Yeah. You start doing some math, that's like 59 yards a game through the air. They're pounding the rock. Washington's favorite. I don't understand why. Give me Michigan.
Reese, you're going to have to say the graphic here. I'm going with Michigan. I know their style of offense doesn't necessarily travel. I think it's Khalil Mullings running. I don't know if you've watched him yet, Sean, but he is a physical runner from Michigan. And their defensive line the coach talked about. I think Michigan goes on the road and wins.
No, Michigan. Mullings got 13 points on his player rating on College Football 25.
He's
the last patch.
A beast.
Yeah. Rutgers and Nebraska.
Too much Kyle Monangai and that running attack. I love Rutgers in this game, so I'm going Rutgers. They're fighting Shianos.
I'm going with Rutgers, too. I think that Shiano just plays and has his team playing winning football, and I think they got to see if they can take the defense on the road and play better on defense.
Oh, that's crazy because I had Nebraska. Crazy.
You're good.
Yeah, I think it is crazy because I got Rutgers.
That's why I'm the celebrity guest pick.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There's a reason for that.
Representing Cal.
Yeah. Go Bears one time for the one time. Yeah, they done showed up and showed out.
They sure did. Right. Who did you pick?
I got Rutgers.
I'm with you. I'm going with Nebraska. I think Nebraska at home, they said winds up to like 50 mile an hour. Mm-hmm. Nebraska's defense is for real. I think they win this game. Make the Rutgers throw the football.
Okay, also in the Big Ten today, Iowa and Ohio State. Not a big surprise. Everybody up here is going with the Buckeyes. 93% of the fans are saying so as well. So we'll move on to UCF and Florida in the swamp. Who have you got, the Knights or the Gators?
Oh, I love the Gators. I love UCF's rushing attack. I think they're going to run the ball. Time of possession is going to fall in their favor. So I got UCF over Florida.
Well, I'm going to pick the Gators. I'm taking Florida.
Wow,
they really need to win this game.
Wow.
Really needs to win this game.
Yeah, and I'm going to jump on that train with you, my boy.
Okay. It's going to be tough.
Florida.
It's going to be tough for me this year to pick Florida ever. Give me UCF. Tough one against Colorado.
That was tough last week.
Tough.
Yeah, R.J. Harvey kind of controlled. I'm going to go, Florida's been platooning their quarterbacks. DJ Lagway along with Grant Marks. I think that's been working. They're both playing pretty well. I'm going Florida at home.
Okay, that game comes up tonight on the SEC Network, 7:45 Eastern Time. Ole Miss took that loss to Kentucky hard. Do they bounce back on the road against South Carolina?
It's going to be a tough one for them. I think because they're on the road, it limits your distractions. They're going to focus this week, and I think they're going to beat South Carolina.
I think South Carolina is a tough place to play. It's a great atmosphere. They're getting their quarterback back. I'm going to take South Carolina. I think this might be an upset for them.
Okay, and I'm showing love to my boy Sidney Rice, and I'm going South Carolina.
Okay, I love that. Give me Ole Miss to bounce back. Lane Kiffin going to do some good coaching, I think, this week after that Kentucky game.
I think Sellers, with that ankle, you wonder if he can come back. He's such a big part of the running game. I'm going to say that he is. And, Coach, you're right. With them at home, such a different animal. I'm going South Carolina.
Yeah, game's at 3:30 Eastern Time. Now, Pete Thamel just reporting, finally got it nailed down. Texas A&M is going to start Connor Wigman at quarterback today against Missouri. A game coming up in just a few minutes. Who wins, Tigers or Aggies?
Too much Brady Cook, Luther Burden III. I think that Missouri is going to win this game.
I think Mike Elko does a great job with his defense. I think he's got his team playing really well. I'm going to take Texas A&M.
I'm right there with you.
You like Texas A&M?
I like Texas A&M.
You like Mike Elko? You like the way he coaches football?
I don't know nothing about no Mike.
He's a good guy. He's a good football guy.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go, good football guy.
LB3 joined us earlier. I appreciate that. Give me Mizzou getting a win against Mike Elko, good football guy. Marshall.
Oh, you done showed him all that love and
Why? That's why I wanted to
Where
do
y'all
that.
get this dude from?
Yeah, well, a lot of people asking that question.
I'm with you. I'm going Missouri. Missouri, I think, is a team that's going to be very inspired today on the road. Tough environment. And I think Connor Wegman, he might be starting, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Marcel Reed at some point come into that game, try to help A&M out.
We'll find out top of the hour on ABC. That's just about to start. And now, what they've been patiently waiting on here. 2,574 miles. That's how far Miami has come to play this game in the ACC and Cal's ACC home opener. But it's a quick stop on the BART compared to how long Miami has been wandering in the wilderness. They haven't won a conference championship since the Big East played football. They haven't won a national championship in nearly a quarter of a century. And you think the Canes have everything all figured out right now. And along comes that tricky little Calgorithm.
You know it. Warriors got a story. Warriors got a whole damn world. This is their territory.
The stakes are high. Cal, first home game in the ACC. They're going to learn what Tightwad Hill is. They're going to learn who Oski is.
We're going to definitely have to be firing on all cylinders. We may get punched in the mouth, being able to, throw another punch right back and keep on fighting.
Our identity is killer mindset. Just want to attack everything that we do.
But we got to play our brand of football, be the team who we said we want to be since January.
Conference play is playoff football. Everybody's in. Everybody still has a chance to be a champion.
So here it is. ACC After Dark with you and Cal.
Yeah, it's a tough one because some of my favorite people went to school here or from this area, like Marshawn Lynch, Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl MVP from the Packers too. And then Dr. Harry Edwards was a professor here. We actually had lunch yesterday. Simba, the rapper. But I gotta go Canes on this one. I think I saw Mario's face. I gotta go Canes. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother.
Nobody knows how an east to west trip's going to affect the team, but I think Miami has too many weapons here, and I know Cal will do a great job, but I got to go with Miami.
What about the time?
It was a gift.
Kurt, what do you got?
What you got, brother?
I love it here. I'll tell you, I didn't know what to expect when we came into Cal. This is an amazing atmosphere. It's unbelievable advantage for their defense that leads the nation with 10 interceptions. There's a lot to love about Cal. We got Marshawn up here, but I got to go with the U. I'm sorry. I'm sorry there. Where's Kinley?
I'll tell you, everything in my football brain says that Cam Ward is averaging like 385 yards a game. He's got 20 touchdowns. They got 5 wide receivers averaging more than 40 yards a game. Damian Martinez, a running back, they're up over 200 yards a game rushing. They just bounced back from the Virginia Tech game. Was that a wake-up call? Maybe they played their best game ever. I don't care. You know it. You tell the story. You tell the whole damn world. This is Bear territory. I'm caught up in it. I'm caught up in the Berkeley.
Show love to the home team.
It might be the air.
Show love to the home team.
It might be Marshawn. It might be
yes, Lord.
Give me Cal to beat Miami. Here in Berkeley, something I never thought I'd say in my entire life, Marshawn.
Yes, Lord. Y'all done followed me all the way out here to get down with the get down. And you know I'm rocking with the home team. It's simple. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, Lord. We in this thing great. First time.
Marshawn, we may disagree on our pick today, but I'm telling you, man, 4th and 1 in the Super Bowl at the 1. I'm giving you the ball. I'm getting the ball. Right here.
I think he agrees with you, too. The great Marshawn Lynch. Here, enjoy your college football study. Give me a chance.